Hello, friends. Happy Wednesday. Hello. We're going retro in this piece. You know, I say we're going retro, but realistically, the game that we're playing came out in 2020. It's not that old. It released the same year that Faz came out. Yeah. Hi, the Walrus. Thank you for the 14 months. Jade, thank you for the 31. Oh my God. Yes, technically, the name of all that is Goosebumps is very old. This is true. But still excited. Does that make fast? No, it's a very solid point. I mean, if you ever collected Goosebumps, that was way back in the day. Never read them. Oh man, they were great. They were wonderful, to be honest. There was a point in my life where I think I had almost I probably didn't read all of them, but there was definitely a point where I think I almost had all of them because I was on a collection spree. Yeah. Yeah. Mia Grace, thank you for the 16 months. Nightly, thank you for the 13. Winter, hello, Fred. And Jamie, thank you for the 7. You're at Coed in Cambria, then get the hell out of here. Watching Coheed and you're in here. Are you crazy? That's a band I would love to see live. I bet live they're amazing. Probably so good. When did they start publishing? Roxy, ew. Hi, friend. When did they start publishing Goosebumps books? Way back, way back. In the middle of making a new build in Minecraft. Nice. Very nice. Oh, I love the choose your ending ones. Oh, those books were super freaking cool. They're about to go on in about 10. Oh, you have time. So you've been watching an opener for the last like hour. That's what that means. Bagel Sandwich. Thank you for the 5 months. Hello, friend. Thunderbolt. Thank you for the community pool, Thunder. Thank you. They're very good live. I saw them play. Oh, Fall of Troy. Oh, that would be good too. That'd be so good. CJK, what's up, man? Spicy Pam, Crow, I seen you. Bye, Autumn. Oh, no worries. No worries. Oh, how was everyone's Wednesday? Did you guys get into anything crazy? You bought a house? I mean, that's kind of crazy. I don't know if that was like a you did it today thing or if that was just like in general, but shit. Yeah, I'd say that's kind of a thing. Maddie, thank you for the 21 months. What kind of a game is the Goosebumps game? I'm glad you asked. We can read the description and all the jazz. We can watch even the little video beforehand. We'll look at the things and stuff. We'll look at the things and the stuff. Hot Rod, hi. How are you? Angel, thank you for the biddies. Siren, thank you. Carly. Used to adore the Goosebumps books. I happen to have I have a bunch. I have a bunch. Some are not some of these are not original. Like there's like newer versions that they came out with that I never had these until later in life. They're not real, it's AI. But if we go past the new stuff, I have nowhere to put things down. Hold on. If we go past the new stuff, we have A Night in Terror Tower. Piano Lessons Can Be Murder. Monster Blood 2. Return of the Mummy. This was not an original. This was this is like a newer one. You can tell by the outline. The Scarecrow Walks at Midnight. The Barking Ghost. The Horror at Camp Jelly Jam. That face was horrifying as a child. You can read? No, I just look at the pretty pictures. Welcome to Dead House. Barking Ghost, yeah. Monster Blood. Let's Get Invisible. That's not all. We're not done. I'm not done. The Girl Who Cried Monster. Welcome to Camp Nightmare. Deep Trouble. Beware the Snowman. And lastly, at least that I have currently from the originals, Curse of the Mummy's Tomb. Yeah. Yeah. So these are the Goosebumps books that I currently have in my possession. These are the ones that I have. I gotta put it back. Okay. They're fine. They're not going anywhere. They're not real legs, Blondie. We've talked about this. Copper! Thank you for the subs, friend. Copper, how are you? Zay, thank you for the follow. Break, 21 months, dude. What the hell? What the hell? Curse of the Mummy is so good. I want to go back and read them. It's been a really long time. A really long time. Carly, thank you for the sub. Welcome in, friend. The AI legs look incredible. You know, technology these days. Them's is my magic legs. That sub can legally drink. I mean, if we're looking at subs as if they are some sort of a weird child. Oh shit, Human Aid. Oh, Fred, thank you for the subs. Oh my god. Wait, do I can't remember. Wait, are they like Scooby-Doo with monsters or actual horror stories? Oh no, they're actual horror stories. They're actual horror stories. Like, you know, appropriate, like I said, appropriate for that age. Like when we were, you know, young teens, if not prior than that, like earlier than that, I mean. Yeah, it wasn't like Scooby-Doo style, like ripping the mask off of it. Those damn kids. It wasn't any of that jazz. No, Smeagol. I read your name real fast. Angel, thank you so much for the bits. Those and Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. Was that not the book, the cover that was like white? That was white, and the lines that made the face of the guy were like really, I don't know, gooey looking almost. Or no, is gooey the word? Was that what I'm thinking about? It was. Oh my God. I remember that. Ty, how are you? The Goosebumps show was awesome. I loved it. My son, I watched a couple episodes with my kid. Black and white drawings, very, very creepy. Right. It was, yes, elementary school. I remember getting it from the library. Maybe that's where my horror started, and I just didn't realize it was embedded into me after a while. But yeah, so we've been talking about it recently, like bringing up some of these retro games that are like, well, I say retro, nostalgic games that have games that were made not that long ago. So you have Goosebumps, which was created way back in the 90s. And then you have now where they created a game in 2020 called Goosebumps Dead of Night. Now there was another game, but there's been a couple games I didn't realize. There's one on the Wii with like mini games. There's another one on Steam that's more of a point and click kind of guy. Maybe we'll check that out at some point. But I figure we'll start with this for our whatever Wednesday. And then if we have time, it really depends on what kind of time we have. This is not going to take all stream. So I figure we're going to start with this. And then we are either going to A, switch to another game that is not Faz, or B, switch to Faz. So I don't know yet. I just have to decide. Griffey, thank you for the follow, man. Duck season's on my radar. The Dead Seat is on my radar. Games that are not super long. You need to finish the Midnight Walk. I know, I'm just not in the mood to play it right now. I know, I'm just not in the mood to play it right now. Also, yeah. Hey Ray, how are you? Yeah. It's really beautiful. I mean, anytime I see anybody play that game, the Midnight Walk, it's like watching someone being able to control a movie. Blueprints. One of these days, Alice, one of these days. Ray, I'm doing well. I hope you're good. I know. Look at all the games. We have no time. I definitely want to check out some of the new ones, though. Ones that I haven't seen. Maybe some Quarantine Zone. Look, that one we've done. I mean, that's just the demo. Jumped in the stream and immediately got a call. Tell them they're rude and to stop it. We're turning over a new leaf. I know. But I get suckered into playing the same things again and again because they're enjoyable, like they're fun. So we just play the same stuff, but then I only have so much time. So then that means I don't get to check out some newer stuff. I don't want to get stuck in that loop, you know? Thank you guys for the hype train. Good God. My call is recorded. My boss might not like that. Oh. Well, don't tell. Well, yeah. Okay, good point. That's you with TV shows? Yeah. My wife and I don't know. My wife and I are good with TV shows, though. We have the ability to watch a couple of shows at the same time and it not be a problem. We were watching The Studio while we were also watching Severance, also while we were getting ready for Handmaid's Tale. So sort of a mixed bag. What are we playing to start? We're playing Goosebumps. We can. I don't know. I don't mind it. Because you're in the mood. You're in the mood to watch certain things. There were certain days we were just not in the mood to watch Severance. It was like, dude, that is just really, it's really deep in like the complexity of the story. And I'm like, I need nonsense. I can't do that right now. Big Bang. Oh yeah, that's a good one. Streams are my TV shows, so I don't watch many shows that aren't. Oh, that's fair, Supa. That's very fair. Very fair. Oh my word. Okay. And Silver, thank you for the biddies. Been on a Bob's Burgers kick. There you go. Yeah, Handmaid's Tale, Severance. Yeah, Immaculate Days. They're heavy. They're very heavy, but I'm glad we stuck with Severance because I really enjoyed it. And I can't. Now we were done. We're just waiting for them to come out with more. We almost have almost every night The Office or Friends on our TV. We're those people. We have a TV on at night. It's literally just noise. And it's either Office or Friends because we've seen it so many times that I don't have to think. We don't have to think at all about what's playing because we know. So then you can just turn your brain off. Yeah. Super. What up, dude? Parks and Rec is really good. Yeah. Hutch, thank you for the 26 months. Never played any game that you've streamed, but try to watch the stream odds a chance I get. Thank you, Hutch. Archer, Futurama. Good stuff. Good stuff. Hey, Banksy, how are you? The Office got all through 20. Yeah. Honestly, I do the same, but with MASH. You know, when I was in college, I got to play Hawkeye in a show that was MASH. That was fun. Is this a new Goosebumps game or older? It's from 2020. So, I mean, it's not new, but it's not ancient or anything. Yeah. Any advice for the weekly challenge in Phasmo Solo for this week? Take advantage of the first minute. If you're playing solo and you're worried, this is what I would do. I would get as much as you can that you need equipment wise from the truck to the door. Like get at least one of every evidence type that you can get to the door. And then once you open the door, you have 60 seconds before the ghost can hunt you. Take advantage of the 60 seconds. Here's a little trick. If you want extra time, something that you can do also, have a timer ready. When you go in, set 60 seconds. When you're getting close to like 10 seconds, use the monkey paw and wish to trap the ghost. It'll buy you another 60 seconds because then the ghost is trapped in its room for 60 seconds and won't hunt for 60 seconds. So technically you bought yourself 2 minutes. But yeah, as soon as you have an idea of where the room is, immediately put your stuff down, get your crucifixes down, and then have a hiding spot at the ready. Use the Phasmo cheat sheet, the unofficial Phasmo cheat sheet. What's your recommendations to a person who's new to streaming and trying to start? Well, what's stopping you? I think is the real question. It could be loaded. It could be a loaded question, but it's a very important one. Beans for the kiddos. Thank you, Juju. We got a blood moon on one of our runs for the weekly last night, but the mare did its ability. Ayo, so we got, oh, there you go. Hell yeah. Listen, as much of a pain in the ass it is to get blood moon sometimes, especially on Camp Woodwind, it looks really cool. It looks neat. Tash, hi Tash. 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 How have games been, Tash? You were no happy or you were so happy with it? Tash, I'm good, friend. How are you? Guys, go follow this lovely bean. Slasher Tasher. Absolute homie. Member of Midnight Society, but Tash is a vibe, dude. Tash plays all the stuff. She is such a variety horror streamer. And a Morky Mork too. Morky Mork recently made a return to all the madness. Mork. Midnight Walk is so good. It's such a beautiful game. It is so beautiful. I need a little bit of caffeine. This is the closest I got. I don't want an energy drink. I've been in the shadows. I know nothing about streaming or what platforms there are, how to start. I would recommend going to YouTube. I would recommend going to YouTube and basically asking your questions there. I think if you're trying to learn from scratch and you're going into a stream, I don't think that you're going to get the attention that you need to get started. I think having questions that are pinpointed to a certain topic, I think are helpful, because then you can get the answer you're looking for. But if the question is how to stream, that's too much. Like a streamer is not going to be able to sit there and be like, okay, so this is what you do, unless that's literally their content and that's what they do. If their content is trying to teach people how to stream, that's different. That's perfect. But if it's somebody gaming, good luck. Good luck. I would recommend going to YouTube. You're going to get so much more information and be able to stop, pause, play, write down notes, do all the things you need. And also have a good visual representation, because they'll more than likely show you visuals for everything you need. Yeah, but you also need to ask yourself, why do you want to stream? That's a really important question too. I have a question. How do I adult? You just don't. That's the best part about adulting. You can just say, F it. If you're a kid, sorry, man. You have to respect your parents. Yeah. Guy, what's up? How are you? Dimitri, thank you for the 19 months. Leaves. Hey, well, don't do that. Hey. No more adulting for me. If anyone, yeah, there you go. Just say it was my fault. That's fine. It's very overrated. I would agree. What's this about effing things? Yeah, you know, the huge. I won't be adding that. Wait, won't be adding what? I'm convinced none of us know what we're doing. No, we're all very good at faking it. Does that mean that I can leave work? Amen. Oh, man, it's been busy. The past couple of weeks have just been so busy. It's been nonstop kid activities and things and stuff. It's not going to end either. Literally this all weekend long too. It's not going to end. Let my boss know you said so. I think that they're going to appreciate my advice. Does that mean that I can spend money to get the Doom Buggy pet bed for my doggo? I mean, you can. I'm not saying anyone's advising, but you can. Natty, Iris, thank you for the follows. Oh, are we ready for some nostalgia? I haven't even opened this game yet. We'll take a peek at the store page so you guys can get an idea of what it's like before we even get in there. But haven't even opened the game yet. Shush, I wasn't ready for you yet. Some people, you know? Some people. Let's do this. So, like I said, we're going to do Goosebumps Dead of Night, and depending how long this takes will dictate what we do next. I don't know I mean, I have an idea because luckily there is websites you can actually go to get an idea of what the average playtime is for somebody with different games. Funny enough, hold on. I do want to pull up a website. I want to pull up that website and show you guys actually, because I think there's something really silly on this website. I'll pull up Goosebumps first so you can get an idea of how I judge. Sometimes how I judge my timing when it comes to games I'm going to play online. Holy hell, ads. Oh my God. I'm just getting smothered by ads. How many Goosebumps games did you find? Well, on the actual How Long to Beat site, I found 5. There's Goosebumps the game, Goosebumps Horrorland, Goosebumps Escape from Horrorland, Goosebumps Dead of Night, and Goosebumps Attack of the Mutant. Yeah. Hey, Crypt, what's up, dude? Is this solo? Yeah, it's not multiplayer that I'm aware of. Not that I'm aware of. Here, I'll show you. I'll pull up Goosebumps and show you this. Yeah, so if we look here, you can see these are the games that are registered on How Long to Beat. HowLongToBeat.com. It's just a nice way to see how long roughly it has taken others to play the game. If enough people report, because it's obviously self-reporting, if enough people report it, then you have a good idea. And you can say, well, if I'm going to stream for this long, I could play this because it's only going to take this many hours. But like Goosebumps Dead of Night is stated that it says it's going to take 2 hours, 3 if you're a completionist. So we'll go for it. We'll give it a whirl. But a really silly thing that is on here. People have reported that it has taken them 20 hours to 130 hours to complete single player in Phasmophobia. Am I unaware of game modes? Co-op. They completed co-op in 30 and a half hours. Versus. What does this mean? Look at this. Main story. What? I guess complete is present. I don't know. But either way, 20 hours. Sure. Yeah, whatever. I don't know. I just work here, man. I beat Phaz in 2 hours. Dang, dude. You must have missed it. Yep, you must have missed it. So this is what we're doing today. I'll go there. That's fine. It'd be amazing. Yeah, they're never going to do it, though. No shot. There's no way they're ever going to do that. If you make it where the players can be the ghost, then you have a PvP, not a PvE. And then you're going to get so much more. People say that lobbies are toxic now, just in general. Like, people are so toxic. Imagine PvP. It would be amplified times 1,000. A story mode would be awesome. Oh, that would be really cool. I love that idea a lot. I think we've said that would be great, but I don't see them ever doing that either, just because of a matter of time. Yeah, but this is what we're doing today. Goosebumps, Dead of Night. Look at that photo. That's pretty. In Goosebumps, Dead of Night, the best-selling Goosebumps franchise has been reimagined as a first-person spooky survival adventure game for PC. Experience 3 chapters of gameplay with 3D graphics and chilling AI monsters. Conquer the all-new extreme mode with more frights and oh yeah, I'm a gnome. Yep. All right. This was the video that they have for it. Hold on, listen, dude. I'm not ready for you again. This is
Goosebumps Dead of Night, a spooky adventure exclusively for consoles and PC.
Molanu Carano! I hate to pop your bubble.
Fighting off killer bees. Hiding from monsters. Collecting pages. And so much more. unlocking new levels and puzzles.
Get out now.
Werewolf of Beaver Swamp. You can't beat
So many references.
Available now on PC.
So many references. Yeah. So this is the thing. No. We just talked to you. All right. So this is what we're doing. Yeah. This is gonna be interesting. But I'm ready and I'm excited. All right, let me go over there. Big jelly bear, that's right. Big old jelly bear. That's right. I bought my 6-year-old the 5 OG Goosebumps books for Christmas last week. She ran down the stairs sobbing because she tore a page. It was teeny, but she said, I'm trying to read them and I love it so far. Oh, Courtney, I'm so glad that she loves them. That's awesome. Read the Werewolf of Fever Swamp. There's so many good books. So many good ones. And we're going to play them now. So let me get the game open and then we'll get going. And we'll decide what we're going to do. Again, based on how much time we have left, we'll dictate what we do after. She's my Halloween loving little babe. Oh. Need to buy the books for the 13-year-old. Do it. Do it. Okay. Where the girl couldn't take off the mask? Mm-hmm. Or the one with they take a photo and they're like skeletons. I can't remember the name of it. I can't remember the name. Say cheese and die. That's the one. Yes. That's the one. Yeah. All right, I'm starting the game. Okay. I haven't heard any sound yet, which is a little jarring. Hold on, let me hit pause. Whoa. This is exciting. The mask was literally the haunted mask. Yeah. Oh my God. Copper. Copper, thank you for the subs, dude. Someone hold me. I was hoping for the OG. I'm kind of glad they didn't, Mork, because if they do the OG, then I have to worry about copyright. So it's a little bit of careful SpongeBob. But I mean, listen, I would take that. I would take that if they play it. If they play it, I'll deal with it. It's fine. Because the VOD doesn't have it anyway. Yeah. All right, let me go over here. Keep me posted on the volume. If the volume gets too much, it seems pretty good right now. Aww. Seems good. Yeah, love guard. Hello. Yeah, it seems good here too. There, do this. Just getting all the things set up, friends. Doing all the things. All the things. Night! Thank you for the 3 months. Guy, welcome. Thank you for the follow, dude. All right, that's connected. Good. Is this connected? Nope. That's why I can't. Don't you unable to authorize me? Just enjoy the tunes. Oh no. Okay, I'm gonna close StreamerBot and bring it back up. I don't have a copy. What do you mean? What do you mean? Banger, you like that? You like that? Lag, hello. What time is it for me? It is 9. Oh, thank you, Mayor. Yeah, there's a command that'll actually tell you what time it currently is for me. Try this again. It's not letting me sign in. Whereabou? You might go sleep. No, you should go sleep. If you're saying might go sleep, that means go to bed. That means you don't belong here. You belong in sleeps. You belong in the sleeps. There we go. Holy crap. It worked. Connecting things is a jam. Yetting, what up, dude? Okay, I think I'm good. I think so. Every time I click away from the game, though, the game disappears on my screen. Okay. Good times, great fun. We are playing Goosebumps Dead of Night. I am a big 90s nostalgia person, so Goosebumps was definitely something that I loved. And this game came out in 2020, which is way after when Goosebumps was being published. But I had no idea that a game even existed. So today we're going to experience it. We've seen the trailer, but I'm not even sure what we're going to find. But it should be a blasty blast. Hey, what's up, Jay? That and Are You Afraid of the Dark? Yes, sir. I found an Are You Afraid of the Dark game too. It's a point and click. It's a point and click, but I did find one. I even have it downloaded. But I think we're good to rock. Yeah. Do to tings? I think we do to tings. Love collecting all the books. Yeah. All right, let's go there. No, they're not, Barbara. Will we ever get what? A kid flash stream with the kiddos? Yeah, probably. I just got to find what game I'm going to play with them. Yeah, for sure. Nick, thank you for the follow, dude. Yeah. All right, let's go. Oh, there he is. There he is. Live, love, guard. Thank you for the 4 months. Should be entertaining. That's why I couldn't see those messages, because it was the wrong thing. There we go. The book fair was your friend. Yes, dude. Same. Lucky for me, one luck. A lucky thing for me is that my wife is a teacher. So if she just so happens to stumble upon any of these original freaking Goosebumps books, she can just bring them home. Yahtzee. Can we have an adult book fair? All right. I don't know if there's anything I need to change here. Let's just assume no. Subtitles? I think subtitles could be good. I think that might actually be a good thing. Yeah. Thank you, Rifle. Appreciate it, man. Allie, thank you for the 26. But yes, we are playing Goosebumps Dead of Night. Hopefully that'll be good. Okay. Slappy can get lost. Morgan! Oh, perfect timing, friend. We're about to get going. Morgan, thank you for the raid. I appreciate you. Book fair was the thing back then. Never no money. Nope. Nope. And when you did have money, you bought like a pencil or something stupid. Yep. That's kind of how it went. Yeah. Morgan, I'm good. How are you? How was stream? And Graham, thank you for the 25. I see you, you nerd. Oh, Eric, you're good, dude. We're about to get going. We are about to move right now. All right. Off to the races. So we're going to try normal so we can experience it. Apparently there's an extreme mode. Gamma. Adjust the value. Okay, well, perfect. Started quarantine zone. Oh, did you like it? We call nerd. Listen, we are but each other, you know? For your guys' sake, to be able to see a little better, I think I'm going to do one of these guys. Because doing this, I don't want it to be so dark you can't see. This, I think, would be good. We'll do this.
The typewriter and I are one. The typewriter and I are one. The typewriter and I are one.
Oh, is this like the movie?
Oh no! No! Oh no! Mali, Odana, Loma, Molanu, Carano!
Damn. That's an intro. Oh my God. Mr. Barron, sorry about, no, what's up?
Hello? Hey, come over here. Quick, there's not much time.
Is that actually Jack Black?
Psst. Come a little closer, said the Smith Corona typewriter to the stranger.
I'm pretty sure that
I'm
is.
a magic typewriter. I'll grant any wish you want, lied the typewriter. Surely you have courage or bravery, or at least some morbid curiosity.
I don't know if I can pick these. Can I pick that up?
Bet you never saw a talking typewriter.
Okay, I'm gonna go
before.
talk to it. I swear to God.
Or maybe heard is better. I'll forget it.
Why am I here? Why is the typewriter talking
Oh
to
my
me?
God. Would you shut up? Baron, I have no idea what you're talking about. I have no idea what that is.
Over here.
What? All right, let's talk to it.
So exactly who are you anyway? And why are you in my house? You know what? Never mind. For now, I'll just call you Twist. I'm
Twist.
R.L. Steinwriter. I mean, a writer. Darn it, a typewriter. I mean, I'm a Stein. Just R.L. Stein.
Type whiner.
I wrote Goosebumps. You know, over 400 million in print worldwide. Never mind that for now. Something has... writer's block. So horrible. I need ink. Look in the closet. In the hallway. Help.
Retrieve an ink ribbon from the hallway closet. I wonder if my camera's okay in the top right. It said retrieve it from the hallway closet, but then why is this? What was that? Oh, is that? Oh, do I hide here? How do I duck? Okay, hold on. I gotta change that. Can I change that? Crouch. Can I change you? Or nope, I guess I just have to deal with options. Control settings. Oh, nope. Okay, I just gotta deal. That's fine. But apparently we can hide. Oh boy. Streaming our streams directly to them. Apparently Twitch is allowing their streams to go to the platform without letting us know. Oh, well, that is very interesting. You're gonna have to DM me, friend. That's a mood. He said there's ink in the hallway. Jesus. We just have to find it. Man, what a collection. Oh, I remember this book. Oh my God. Look at these, dude. Holy hell. You're not ink. But you're glowing and I don't know how to pick you up. Maybe I'm not supposed to be able to pick it up? Hey. Is there ink in you? Cuckoo Clock of Doom. Oh, the wine. Oh, it said in the closet. Why am I so short? Retrieve ink from the hallway closet. Okay. Okay, I hear you. That's a guest bedroom. There we go. Man, this is a big closet. Jesus. All right. Ribbon. Hi, Shanna. Probably a child. I can only assume. Return to the Steinwriter with the ink ribbon. I shall. Yes, quite. We'll go investigate further as we move along. I like the art style. Art style's sick. The werewolf. Oh my god. They're going to be sprinkled throughout this entire thing. We just have to keep our eyes peeled for them, I guess.
Oh my goodness. Whew. Wow, much better. Listen, that dummy you saw is Slappy. He's a vile little thing from my book, Night of the Living Dummy, among others. And you have to stop him. Find the book first. I think I last saw it at the end of the hallway.
We saw it. We did too. We did too. Is this officially licensed Goosebumps game? Yes. Yeah, from 2020. Retrieve the book, Night of the Living Dummy, from the end of the hallway.
Why would the mover stack boxes like that?
I don't know.
You'll just have to crouch down to get under them.
I did.
Okay, now all you have to do is... Something's wrong. The book is missing some pages.
Did I just hear a bunch of banging? Okay.
Look around the upper floor and see if you can find anything.
Oh.
Maybe the guest bedroom.
Well, we know where that is. That was over here. Was that
The
here?
doors are locked, though.
Bathroom.
You'll have to find a key to open it.
Oh, what the...
I hid it in a vase in the study.
Gosh dang it. Bunch of back and forth with this guy. Keeble, welcome in, dude. All right. He said he hid it in a vase in the study. Can I pick this up now? I can. Attack of the
Graveyard Ghouls. Anything that crawled out of that book will be hungry.
Oh, God. Okay. And why is this so awkwardly placed in front? Hyper. Hey, how are you? Oh, hey, how are you? Put it in a vase. Like one of these vases? Yep.
Excellent. Now unlock the door with the key.
Roger that. I'm on it. Oh, so if I hit... Oh, I can actually view... There it is. Okay. The objectives are on the right. So in case you're ever looking for them, find the missing page in the guest bedroom. That's where we go. There we go. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Pixel, thank you for the biddies, dude. It's one way to search a vase. I mean, you know. Oh, that's wrong door. Ah, yes, the floating pages. Oh, the gnomes.
Oh no, hide! Quickly, under the bed.
What?
That's a graveyard ghoul. Slow, not too smart. Just keep a little ahead of her. If she traps you, try and hide.
Look at the goo on the door.
Whew, that was close. Slappy must have hidden the missing pages all around the house.
Damn it,
We
Slappy.
need to find the rest of the missing pages before trying to trap him. He could have hidden them anywhere, behind books, in cupboards. You'll just have to check everywhere.
Okay, so we can also hide in here. Good stuff, good stuff. Man, this Phasmophobia update's wild. Ah, there we go. Okay, so where did Night of the Living What's-Her-Face go? All right, explore the first floor and find more missing pages. We have 1 of 10. So we just need to keep looking for more. All right. Ma'am. Ma'am. Ma'am.
Looks like that ghoul got a little mad. Well, at least you can get downstairs now.
Oh, jeez, dude. No, thank you. No, 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 no.
Oh,
Nope.
Who do
Nope.
we have here?
Nope, I'm
You
fine.
must be Stein's newest puppet. I think I'll have fun with you.
What the fuck? Where did... There's a lot happening right now. Explore the first floor and find the mystery pages. Where'd she go? What the hell? All right.
Toy Terror batteries included.
So long as it's not the Annihilator 3000, we should be fine.
Oh my. I don't want to ask what that is. Oh, Jesus. You little bastard. We're going to sit here for a second. We need to breathe. We need to breathe. Yeah, Tay, I am. Yeah. Okay. The graphics of this are so good. Horror 2.0 went wild. Oh, would you F off, you little... I'm so confused. Why? What do I hear to my left? What's going on? God, they're making it sound so hectic. Oh, there's one. Okay. It's giving me a panic attack. Okay. Do I
I
hear
should
the...
have written teenage dystopian survival books. Then I'd be a multi-billionaire instead of just a billionaire.
I do hear them. Ah. Okay. That makes sense. Okay. Little murder puppet. I know. Oh, look at the... Oh, there's another one. Let's go. We're on a roll. We're on a roll. We have 4 of 10. We just need to keep, I guess, searching this floor and see if we can find any more. I think we just need to listen. That's my guess. Tay, welcome in, man. Megan, think of the 21 months, friend. I don't hear any more in here. Where's that zombie at? Oh, I need to find a key. Do we search like... Okay, so here's the next question. Do I just keep busting vases to find the possible key? Dude, I can wreck this whole place. Jesus. What's up, Zach? What's with the purple numbers? The what? What purple numbers? What do you mean? F them books, F them books. Yeah. Slappy, I swear to God, dude. I will roll your ass in this dryer. Be very, very clear. What book's this?
A Nightmare on Clown Street. Ooh, scary. I should have called it Mr. Squeezy's Funhouse instead. Then again, maybe not.
Yeah, that wouldn't have gone over well. Mr. Squeezy's Funhouse. I like the music too. The music is making me feel like it's one of those like haunted house rides you go on. Oh, you can hide in the shower. I hear a page. Oh, but it's blocked off. I don't know how to get past the goo. We have some goo doors that I can't get through right now. All right, let's get more pages.
Oh no! It's a long gnome attack!
Oh, God. What do I do?
Those long gnomes are stealing some pages.
You little sons of bitches!
One gnome was
Hey!
carrying a key. Don't just stand there.
Get back here, you little cretin! F you!
They won't kill you. Just want to mess with you.
Come here. Give me the
Except for
page.
red ones. They will definitely.
Jerkhole. Oh, what do you want? Oh, no, 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 no. F off. No. Oh, God. I can't hide. F off. What the f... You. Jerk. After all that work I did. What do I hear? Oh my God, I'm losing it. Get back here, you little sons of bitches. You shut your face hole. What do I do with you? Shut up.
That's the key to the dining
Please
room.
shut up.
Why would a gnome have that? You
I'm
need to
panicking.
investigate.
Get back here. Yeah, where you go now, hotshot? Into the goo. That's right. I don't think he had anything on him. Nope, no mercy. You asked for this. You steal my pages, I steal your life. No, you don't. Oh, yeah? Oh, you think so? To the goo.
My
And
master
another
bedroom
key. Master bedroom
I
key.
definitely didn't put that there.
What do you want?
Oh, you want something easy, eh? Well, easy stories are boring stories. Every tale needs a twist, and you are the
This
twist,
typewriter can F off.
okay? Oh, careful! That statue is an ancient artifact.
It's the little things in life you treasure, you know? It's the little things. All right, so we've been in here, but I don't think there's any drop pages. Oh, where are you going, hotshot? Oh, no, no. Oh, no, no. Hiya! All right, I officially have, after all that, I have 5 of 10 now. So I suppose I need to keep looking. Are they upstairs, maybe? That's trapping myself. I think I wait here for her. Let's wait for her. Holy shit, lady! Oh my god. Oh, my heart. My heart. It feels so silly. It feels so silly to get got, but she opened the other door and then somehow jetted to me. All right. It's fine. She's slow, they said. Don't worry, they said. She won't catch you, they said. Come here, stupid. Oh, I should have used you as a weapon. I should have hit her. Oh, you guys are back. You know what? Yeah, come here. Come here. I need you. I have to know if this is a thing. Where'd she go? Where you at, lady? She was playing chess. Me and my gnome here just want to say hello. I don't like she's in there. I need to be further away. Come on, lady. Hadouken! I don't know if that was effective or not. I'm very uncertain. E. How fast are you? Okay. I mean, she's fast enough though, dude. Can I crouch under this? Oh, I can. Okay, if you get me, you're cheating. Let's be very clear about this.
Be careful. Running and walking make a lot of noise. The monsters will hear you. Move while crouched to make less noise.
So noise actually matters. I don't want to give her a smooch. Interesting. Get me on crouch. ghoul has some hacks. The ghoul does have some hacks. I don't hear anything up here. Yeah, F your room. Is that Jack Black? Yes. Yes. Joey, thank you, man. You hear this jerk? What are you staring at? F it, YOLO. Shut up. You're loud, bro. I hear something. Oh, there's a page. Lovely. Lovely. The gnomes are forever. All right, so we have 6 of 10 pages. I want to leave, but is she going to come in here? Let's hide for a second. Jack Black did say the pages should be hidden in books. She's walking away. She's walking away. Oh, there's... I'm going to hide in here. I have ads happening. I have ads that are about to happen. I want to wait. I don't want to keep going while the ads are playing. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause and we're going to wait. I'm going to pause and wait for them to happen. And once they're done, we'll continue. I don't want you guys to miss. So we will wait. Not the ads. Well, they're inevitable, dude. They are inevitable, so we have to wait for them. Yeah, unfortunate. Swordsman, what's up, dude? Oh, yours was a sidewall one. There you go. See, I haven't had the chance to experience all that stuff because I've had turbo for ages. So I don't know. Sheep, welcome in. How are you? So I just haven't seen ads. Use the gnomes. No made bombs. I should. I don't know if it's actually when you hit her. I don't know if it's actually affecting her or not. Yeah. Swordsman, I'm good. Turbo's absolutely essential if you don't like ads. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Not gonna wait for the. Oh yeah. Yeah, I know, Matthew. How are you, friend? I know. But yeah, this seems cool. I just need to figure out where the rest of these damn pages are so we can move on. They make sound, but I haven't heard anything for these ones until I've gotten like really, really close. But I think there's 3 chapters for us to get through. I think is what it said. Have you checked? Stop it. No, I haven't. I know what she's asking me. Usually, how are you? Hope all's well with me and the fam. It is. It is. We're busy, man. Busy little bees. Everyone's busy. Thanks, Mayor. Your boho. Thanks. Great. It's really cool. I love these different games with these different art styles, especially something like this that's just very nostalgic. Yeah. It might all be up there. I mean, now that we know that we found another page upstairs, yeah. As you and Mayor high-fived. Oh, Artsy, what up, man? It's going to be fun. It's going to be good times. Guys, after this month, by the way, just a heads up, after this month is over, the daily spin will come back. That will return. I took it away for this month because I didn't want to focus on that. I wanted to focus on St. Jude. Yeah. Yep, indeedy. Yep, indeedy. War, thank you for the frickin' prime. Thank you. So it'll come back. I'm not playing very specifically 190s ad. No, I do have a Goosebumps ad in there though. There is a Goosebumps ad. What's up, Jay? 26 seconds and then we're back. Even though well, it might have been given them to you because it might have run out, War. That might be why. If you refresh, now that you're set, it should go away. You should be safe. Should be good. Hey, what's up, Macy? And we're back. There we go. There we go. We are back. I'm here. Hello. That's right. The ads are done anyway, so we're about to get back into it. All as well. Ryan, thank you for the 15. Usually watch on YouTube. Just want to come say hello and tell you enjoy the streams. Thank you, Cheyenne. Do you plan on doing more back rooms? That was exciting. I would like to, because I feel like there's a lot that we haven't seen. I feel like there's a ton. Mama Lee's, welcome back. All right. We need to investigate the dining room, investigate the master bedroom on the second floor, retrieve 4 missing pages. Okay. This might be a bad idea, but we're going to try it anyway. Okay. I'm going to go down to the dining room. Frickin' gnomes. Look at these little heathens. Stop. Oh, you're gonna run up on me and then run away? No shot, homie. Oh yeah, get celloed on. Can I play the piano too? Ugh. Love it. What if the pages are like, what if the page, oh Jesus, his voice scared me. God, I thought something was behind me. I did not see a second doll here. Oh, you little creep. All right. No. You little shit. Would you stop taking stuff? They're coming to try to take the pages from me. That's what their problem is. I hear something over here. I hear something. There we go. Lovely. That is number 7. Can I go out here? No. No, you don't, hotshot. And look at that. He just spawned in here. What? He's hacking. That's hacks. I'm sorry. Can I hide in here? What the hell? What the hell? Oh my God, we can go in the fridge. Crunchies? Oh, Jesus. What's that say? Stop. Open. Hey, I'm reading. Butthole. Crunchies mini disc. Like little ice cream sandwiches. All right, so we just have to forever be on the lookout because of these little jerk holes. Laundry, I think we've looked. There's the, oh God. All right, so now we need to go upstairs. Yeah, you better run. We need to go upstairs and check the master bedroom. I don't remember what side that was on. Was that over there? Was that there? Have you played the Are You Afraid of the Dark? I have it downloaded. You mean the point and click game? I want to play it. Yeah. Epic, thank you for the 6 months. I'm waiting for this thing to... I don't want any. No, thank you. Okay, so investigate the dining room. Wait, was I not there? Oh, the beat. Holy shit. It's fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. Everything's fine. I'm apparently having a heart attack in this closet, but we're good. I was not expecting her to double back. That caught me off guard. Is she still there? I know I have to retrieve the pages. Shut up. She's still there. I see what she did. She walked to the end of the tomb. Yeah. I mean, you know what I mean. The sarcophagi. E. All right. Dining room, yes? What are you looking at? What the? Where'd he go? Oh, you're there. Oh, you think you can escape me? You think you can escape me? No, you don't.
You finally made it? Still playing Stein's twisted little games, eh? I hate to pop your bubble, but you can't stop me or my friends. Slappy summoned Murder the Clown. This is really bad. Listen, you have to hide somewhere small. He'll appear next to you in larger hiding spots.
Jesus. Okay. Go. Okay. Hide from Murder the Clown. Investigate Slappy's room. Okay. Love the Little Menace? I don't.
There's sad clowns, scary clowns, really scary clowns. Murder is one of those ambush clowns. Stay in the dark too long, and he'll appear.
Oh, no. Stay in the dark too long. So who's going to be shutting off the lights? So now the lights have a oh, my God, damn it. You little son of a bitch. Now the lights have a purpose. Where the hell's Slappy's room? That's the bathroom. There's the guest bedroom. It says investigate Slappy's room. Where is your room, Slappy? Is this it right here? No, it's the foyer door. Maybe his room's upstairs? I can only assume. Oh, you little... Nope. Don't hide there. Got it. Okay. Noted. Jesus, you little son of a bitch. Is that the clown? Go. And you? Oh, my Lanta. All right. Nope. Deuces. I can't go in that room. This is the basement door. Would you stop it? Oh, Kayla is so funny. It is so good. We've checked. I don't know where to go. Would you? I think the room. I think Slappy's room is upstairs. We need to get these light switches on so old McClownface doesn't come at us again. Would you shush? All right. So if we've been, I've been in all these rooms, right? Guest bedroom, that bedroom. We've been in here. Oh, well, this ain't creepy at all. Jesus.
Did you hear that? Something's playing my piano.
I hear it.
You better investigate.
What would you investigate, typewriter? He could use a little bit of redecorating, but it's not too bad. Don't do it. We have to. I should turn the light on, though. Okay. I hear her. Oh, there he is. Old McSlappy. Hey, Ryan. How's it going? I'm good. Is that Slappy playing the piano right now? What's up, Brad?
Oh ho! Weren't you ever taught not to enter someone else's room without permission? I'm done playing nice. Why don't you stick around and say hi to my newest friend?
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I can't hide there. Oh my god!
There are one or more pages in this room.
Am I about to be surrounded? Oh shit! Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. So it's a clown. I have to hide in places that have light. Like this. This should be fine because there's light here. Oh. This should be fine. Anything but the clown. Listen, man. Is it about to smell me out? Bro, don't, not like this. Not like this. No. No, not like this. Oh, God. Not like this. Nope. Nope. Nobody here. Thank you, Maddie. Epic. Thank you for the 11 months. All right. We have 2 more pages. I think I heard it say something about them being on this floor. Find the rest. I hear one. Is it in the hiding spot? Oh, yes, it is. Jesus Christ. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. Oh shit. Oh, hey, that's an achievement to get killed by Slappy. All right. That's cool. I definitely didn't see him because he's like a foot tall, but that's okay. Where were we? Good morning. Jesus. All right, I have one more page to get. All right. Where is it? I hear it. Dickhole. All right, if the clown gets down here, man, that's ridiculous. Okay. Keep running by the little stool thing to hide by the front door. I'm just too scared. What are you staring at? Oliver. Thank you, dude. Did you wait for me to look away, you little a-hole? Stare at this.
There are one or more pages in this room.
Oh, in this room. Oh, the books. I did not hear it until now. I hear it now. I had to get really, really close.
You've completed the book. Now find Slappy and open the book on him.
Oh my God. I don't know. I don't know how I lived. I have no idea how I lived. Stop looking at me! Leave me alone. I like his gym shorts. All right, so that's at the basement? Okay. The basement was... Where was that door? Was that in the middle? No, wait. It was through the kitchen in the back of the kitchen, right? Kitchen, yeah, okay. You mean where the wolf just went? Cool. We'll give it a second. Okay.
Slappy hates his book. He'll run if you get too close and try to sneak up on you. But if you keep him in sight, he'll stay away. You'll have to chase him down to catch him.
Oh,
Good
God.
luck, Twist.
Why am I Twist?
So, you finally made it down here.
Yep.
No more Mr. Nice Guy. I'm going to enjoy ending your story.
It's not very nice.
Bombs away!
He tried to goo me.
Oopsies! Could you pick that
Ew, no.
Bombs away!
Oh, you freaking gnome!
Fire in the hole!
Excuse the out of me. They can kill me? What? I got murdered by a gnome. That's like being mowed down by a Dio. What the fuck? I got gnomed. I got gnomed. All right,
So,
let's try this again.
you finally made it down here.
Yes, we did.
No more Mr. Nice Guy.
Panda, welcome
I'm
in.
going to enjoy ending your stories.
Really rude. Where you at, you little bastard?
Bombs away!
Yeah, get your goo.
It's
Oh god!
time.
Oh god! Oh, there's goo. I don't know what to do to him. Or do I just keep my eyes on him, you know? But also make sure I don't get murdered by the gnomes.
Be careful where you step.
Shut up!
Whoops, I dropped something.
Just keep my back to the wall. Back to the wall,
It's
back to the
goo
wall.
time.
It's. Did you say it's goo time? Did he just say it's goo time?
Fire in the hole!
I need a gnome.
Bombs away!
Gnome, more Mr. I hate it here. Hiya! Yeah! Yeah! Get gnomed on! Old McSlappy? No. Oh! That little mother effer just took a swing at me. So the guy, okay,
Goo time.
I got, he does say it's goo time, I swear to God.
Caution, sticky floor.
It's that one. It's that one. That one's got a weapon. Come here. Hadouken! Yeah, I'm supposed to get close and book him, but I don't know what that means. Oh, he was behind me. Oh, you little sneaky goo monster. You. I just need to get rid of you. Yeah, you go back to your hole.
Bombs away!
Oh, that's true. Maybe I know him and then I run up to him. Yeah, that's a good call. Go back.
Fire in the hole!
Ew. Stop. Let's find a gnome. Not you. One of you. No! You. Where'd he go? What the?
It's goo time.
Look at my screen. Look at my screen. Please look at my screen. Hello? Did you see the little gnome? Why was it? Okay. Maybe it's a 3 times capture kind of thing.
Oopsies.
Yeah. No. Oh! Yes, sir.
No, I want to live. Yeah. Well, I guess you did it. But still, take that, you evil little dummy. Whew. I guess our next priority should be getting me out of this typewriter. Make your way back to the study, and we'll figure out how to fix me.
Why is it my responsibility? Explain that. Why is it up to me? Anything else fun around here? Oh, that's not fun. Let's take a peek around the basement. We'll just do a quick little 1-2. You never know what you're gonna find, you know? Maybe there's like a little Easter egg we don't know about. Or it's just a bunch of junk and pillows inside of an oven. We got half of a grand piano down here. That makes sense. Oh, there's a stand-up. Oh, no, it's not. Oh, what are you all still doing here? No, 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 no. Gnome removal service. Hiya. Lots of antiques. So we think for the 6 months. It's goo time.
You think this book can hold me? I will no longer be a footnote in your story.
Oh, great.
I'll be taking this.
Thanks for
Arms
the book,
away!
dummy. You'll never guess what I'm going to do with it next.
Hey, he called me a
Better
dummy.
not go in there, Twist. Dr. Brewer has gone mad. I don't know why I wrote that story. It was a temporary lapse in judgment. I'm not going in there. You're on your own. Good luck.
Follow Slappy into the conservatory. Well, off we go. I wouldn't go in there. Well, we are. Too bad.
Let's take a moment to stop and smell the flowers, Twist. Come a little closer. I'll be making a nice spot for you in my garden, next to the lawn gnomes.
Oh, snap.
Hello? Over here.
What?
Hello. Listen, I'm Dr. Brewer. We have both been poisoned and are mutating at an alarming rate. Find a microscope. If I can see how the poison is affecting you, I may be able to devise a cure.
Ooh. Okay. I found one.
The plant cells are very active in your case. They're
The
quickly
skull.
taking over.
Great. Looks awesome. So excited for us. Blood sample. Woo! I was about to say it's kind of reactive, but not really. Because when you do this, it's full. And when you do this, it's not.
I understand what the poison is now. I will need this blood sample and 3 additional ingredients to make an antidote.
Okay.
Take the bridge to the center of the pond. Now hurry.
Bridge to the center of the pond. Oh, but there's movies. Scenario and scientific supervision. Wait, oh, I missed
Here
it.
you go, dear. Enjoy.
This looks awful. I can't eat that.
I made it especially for you. It'll make you stronger, better. I only want what's best for you.
Okay, Daddy. I'll try it.
That was a short movie. I didn't even get to eat my poppycorn.
Oh,
Right.
it looks like the bridge is broken. These lily pads will help you get across the pond.
Oh, well, that seems perfectly safe. What could go wrong with the lily pads? What the hell is that? Oh, Jesus. Okay. Do we need to go across the lily pads? I mean, it seems fine here. You know what I'm saying? Okay.
Surely you can find something we need in the west part of the conservatory.
In the west part? Okay, how do I get...
Careful. Some of those lily pads
Carefully
aren't very
says.
stable.
Carefully says. All right. Hadouken! Where do those go? Okay, I'm not gonna worry about those. Worry about this one. In the west. Oh, I did.
You seem weak. Try this food. It will make you better.
Try this food. It's like when you're playing with friends and they're just like, hey, where are you? Over here? Well, where the hell is that? I guess we'll just sit in the chair. Oh, it's the bowl that she was eating. Plant food.
Excellent. You look much stronger. Try moving some of the crates behind you to clear a path.
This isn't ominous in any way, shape, or form. Oh my God. Never heard of this game. This is a Goosebumps game that came out in 2020. It is called Dead of Night. To try to move the crates. Oh my. We're so strong. Sounds like the voice from Saw. It probably is. It's not. But we do have Jack Black in here though. Well, that looks important. Flower. What do I do with this? You seem useful, Flower. Oh God. Okay. So that has to do with the bees. Search for a suitable ingredient for the cure in the storage area. I'm guessing it's going to be honey. No. Go after the pollen. Go after the pollen. There's nothing here for me to grab. There's nothing here for me to grab. Run! I thought I'd just be able to like grab the honey or something, but it's not letting me. Confuzzlement. Double caffeinated, Mom. Hey, CD, how are you? Huh. Maybe I have to throw it at the hive, you know? There's somebody go past the hive? Was there? Huh. Oh, the crate. Can I move this? Oh, I can. Push. 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 There we go. There we go. How was stream, friend? There's some DVD locker hiding. What the Big Mama Brooke, how are you? Okay. I think we have to go whatever the hell the red floaty things were. Search for a suitable ingredient for the cure in the storage area. All right, we're on it. I am good, friend. Good to see you. What the What am I looking at? Can I kind of want to yeet this. Okay, I can just drop it. I don't feel safe. It definitely feels like a trap. But I kind of want to go for it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that was hurting me. I bet I need that. I bet I need that. Question is, how the hell do I get to it? Maybe. This is not a safe space. No. Canadian, thank you for the sub. Maybe I just go for it. Maybe I just run. This isn't. I feel like that's not the right way to do that. It does not feel like the right way to do that. Oh, what's that? My princess, I set aside a small section of the storage area for you. Think of it as your own secret garden. Just remember to open the door. Blue goes after red. Magenta goes after red. Yellow goes first. So blue goes after red. Magenta goes after red. Yellow goes first. You guys got that? Oh, sorry. Blue goes after red. Magenta goes before red. Sorry. I learned how to read yesterday. It was a really good time. Blue goes after red. Magenta goes before red. Yellow goes first. I think I was like sing-songing it in my head. I got nothing. Yeah. So if yellow goes first, so yellow, magenta, red, blue. Yellow, magenta, red, blue. I'm losing it, man. The clowns, the dummy, the wolves, they all threw me off. Okay, so that's a problem. But I can't pick up all of these at once. What reading level are you? Yeah, yellow, magenta, red, and blue. Yellow was over here. And it wasn't letting me pick it up. Oh, there it is. Ow! Okay. So we have yellow, magenta. Now, here's a question. I don't know what they're for. Oh, you've got to be here. Oh, it's got to be here. Yellow. Magenta. Okay. Now we have to find the other two. We have to find red and we have to find blue. All right. Onward. I think this was a nothing burger. I think over here was nothing, but maybe we can move the crate. Hey, gamer, how are you? Holy shit. Okay, there's blue and there's red. All right. Red versus blue. Yellow, magenta, red, and then blue. All right. Let's go get red. Wait, how do I get to... Okay. I was gonna say, are bees hanging out by red? I don't think so. Shut up, bees. I have trust issues right now. Something's gonna happen. Something's gonna happen. I'm doing good. Something don't feel right. Suddenly see more. All of a sudden you just hear, send the bees! Okay.
Yes, those flowers. That's a Bellis perennis. It'll work perfectly as an ingredient.
Retrieve a flower from the tree in the back of the storage area. Okay. What's about to happen to me? I'm just gonna go retrieve a flower.
Wait, who are you? Get out. Get out now.
I'm sorry you had to see that. I couldn't cure her. Margaret is beyond my help. Head back to the center of the pond. I think I know where to find the next ingredient.
Okay. Well, isn't that just unfortunate? Why is that now free? Call 911. Chestnut. Thank you so much, dude, for the 5 months. Thank you. All right, onward. It said head back to the center of the pond, yeah? Oh, wait a second. Return to the island. Why is the music like this right now? Are we about to see Dum Dum Sauce?
Take this path to the next ingredient.
This path, it says. This path, it says. So we need to go... I'm not going to fall through if I go there, right?
I thought I told you to get out.
Something seems to have altered a few of the lily pads. Don't stand on them too long.
That looks disgusting. Eee! Oh, God. Oh, God. We just gotta run. Run for it. Run for it! Looks like a butt. It looks like a tongue. A really disgusting looking tongue. Uh-oh. We do be green, though.
Spot to set up roots. You should have listened to me when you had the chance.
Margaret is
There is still time.
not happy with us.
Why would you trust him?
Oh, boy. Play these games? I have never. What the what in the twisted hail?
I need you to get some of the bees' honey. I left a sample in the back of the nursery.
I see what your plan is now, Brewer.
You don't know
As I
nothing.
was saying, it is guarded by some very hungry fly traps. If you can feed them somehow, they'll go dormant.
Retrieve honey from the back of the nursery. What's good? Okay, that way? But there's nothing over there. Or through here. That's gonna hurt me, yes? Ow, 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 ow. Stop. Ow, ow. Feed them bees. Would bringing bees over to these things do something? Hey, you guys. Hey, come here. Free Haven, welcome. Thank you so much for 3 months. Oh, wait. Did that flower just take it out? Or was it the bees? Oh, it was the bees. It's weird because the bees didn't look like they even went over to it, which was really, really strange. All right, I need you again. Come on. So yellow means they're starting to come after me. Okay. Shut up. I just threw it. Oh, did I lose them? Hey. Let's get another one. Maybe I can't lose them. Come on, France. Come on. Come on. You see me? Come on. Why does it go through it? There we go. Okay. Oh, Free Haven. Thank you, friend. Yeah, it's been an amazing month. There we go. Oh, there's like a valve back there. I need another one, don't I? I think I need one more. I mean, I could probably run past it, but if I can get the bees to stop that thing, then we're good. Poots, how are you, Jamie? Sounds like something snoring back there. Come on. Come on. Oh, it's sleeping. Still with me? Hiya. Wait. Hiya. Nothing? Did they just disappear? Oh, they got that. Never mind. Hopefully those things just stay asleep forever. That'd be great. All right, I need you for one more. I think just getting near those things is what did it. Excuse me. Pardon. Pardon me. Coming through. Excuse me. Pardon me. There's the honey. What is this wheel for? Oh, sprinklers. That might be bad. That might be good. We got the honey.
Want to know why I like plants? They're strong. They adapt. Plants can grow anywhere from arid deserts to snowy tundras. They're survivors. When I breed plants, I combine their best qualities. They become more
It says return to the island.
more fruitful, more capable. Many plants can be used to help grow and heal humanity and even cure deadly diseases.
This is true.
We could sleep more soundly at night, knowing that our children and loved ones are safe.
Run.
This is what I strive to accomplish with my research. To create a more resilient,
Run.
fruitful, and capable humanity.
There we go. All right, back to the tunes. He did say come back to the island. Yeah, return to the island. Okay. We're here, dude.
This new path will lead you to my laboratory.
I'm a deadly disease. Can a plant... Hey, Machine, thank you for the 4 months, man. All right. There we go. Good path. Good path. You know what it makes me think of? It makes me think of Courage the Cowardly Dog. Anybody? Anybody? No? All right. Hey, that's just me. Chocolate. We are not looking so hot. Oh, would you stop it with the choking thing?
Hello. Nice to finally meet you in person. Apologies.
This is
I just
Dr.
wanted to
Brewer?
take a closer look at you to see how the poison was progressing.
You're getting worse.
The last ingredient is an activated spore pod. You can find one in the back
Are
of
you
the
winning?
lab.
I don't know.
Be careful. The vines will try to grab you.
You're effed up, bruh. All right, so I guess that's just a book it sort of situation. Book it, 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 book it. Same. Go, 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 go. Oh, Jesus. Yep, I wasn't expecting those. We're fine. Got our spore pod.
Great work.
Thank you.
You have the final ingredient.
Open.
Use the chemistry station next to me to make the cure.
Okay. Use
Wait.
the...
You should have a look through my father's research first.
That's a good idea. I like that. Don't believe... Why is that the text is floating above? 3D. Don't believe those lies. 10 yellow, 20 green, 20 blue, 20 magenta equals purple. Interesting. Somebody remember that. Because I don't know if it's just meant to represent like you add 10 and 20, or if it's like you need 10 yellows, you need 20 greens, you know? I assume
My
that's
real
what that
father
means.
was a scientist. He was working on this mixture when he disappeared.
Oh my God, look. That's cool. They used actual images from the show. That's pretty cool. Grow better. All right, damn, dude. I'm trying my damnedest. Create the cure. He said to do it next to him, right? Look at these things. Create the cure. I guess, is that the only way that I can go? I think it is. Because that's broke. What? Green, red, and this one doesn't even have, it's like it's broken. Interesting. About to, wait, for what? Create the cure. All right. Oh, wait, why is there, whoa. I'm getting like Banjo-Kazooie vibes right now. $10, $20, $20, $30. Eric! Goosebumps. Eric. How are you, friend? We're playing Goosebumps. So, okay, 10 magenta, 20 green, 20 yellow, 30 blue. Okay. Oh, stop it. And then there's this one. 10 yellow, 20 green, 20 blue, 20 magenta. What? I say we trust the first thing that we read, not these. I don't think we make it based on these. I think we may make it based off what she wanted. I think that's right. Wonder what happens if we get it wrong. I don't know. I guess plant things. I'm not sure. All right. What was the other one? We have to pick who to trust. That is correct. Yeah. Go with Margaret. All right. 10 yellow, 20 green. Wait, how do I? Oh, okay. That's about 10, yeah? Yeah. 10 yellow, 20 green. I'm getting goo everywhere. 20 blue, 20 magenta. Blue. Right about there. And then 20 magenta. Let's see if that does the thing, or let's see if she's the one that's actually failed us. There we go. Okay. That should be it. Okay. Well, this just says interact. Uh-oh, did we do something wrong? Maybe we didn't put enough yellow in? The other colors made a sound? Ah. Okay. Literally a spritz. Gib. All right, let's see what happens. Oh, we're us again. Margaret was a homie.
How dare you undo all my work?
Quick, throw the cure on Brewer.
Oh. How do I pick it up? Not you.
What have you done?
I hit you with the goo. You're welcome.
I know how to cure the poison now. You need to catch that dog that let Brewer out.
So I need to catch
Now
that
for the
dog.
last time, get out of here.
Listen, I need you to stop yelling at me. I'm very sensitive, Margaret. Okay, before I do that, hold on. I need to like alt tab back into the game or something because my mouse was all over the place. There we go. Fixed it. All right. Enter the Tesla Tower.
Karu, Mari, Odana, Loma, Molanu, Karano! I thought Brewer would have rooted you out.
Funny.
Tesla built this tower to transmit electricity.
Hilarious.
But I'm going to use it to project my magic across the world. Smell you later.
Wow, what a nerd.
What if that Weisenheimer Edison sent that automaton to steal my secrets? Outrageous! You down there! I, Nikola Tesla, require your assistance. Edison's spy must be stopped at all costs.
Yeah, but how much are they paying? All right. Enter the Tesla tower. All right. Well, it's saying we have... Oh, geez. Oh, my God. I'm lagging right now. All right. I have ads coming, friends. I have ads coming. We're going to go ahead and run them now before what I think might be the last chapter or the last, like, whatever you want to call it. So we're going to hold right here. We're going to do a little holding pattern. Alrighty. So I do 3 minutes every hour. So that way we remove pre-rolls. I don't want you guys to miss any gameplay. 3 minutes, go stretch your legs, do whatever you need to do. BRB. We're just going to be sitting here chatting it up, waiting to do, I think, what is possibly this last part. I think. So BRB. There we are. There we are. Hey, see you, Autumn. Have a good one. Okay. And B, good night. What will I do with the other 2 minutes? Juggle the butt? I don't know. I'm not sure. That's all I got, dude. All right. I'll click back into the game. Did you ever play the game Dead of Night? No, I did not. No, you're talking about the one that has like the ridiculous around the corner jump scares from Jimmy. Right? Mr. Cheebs. Justin, thank you so much. Mr. Chiba. Chiba. Goosebumps games? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. As soon as I found out that there even was one, I knew I had to play it. It was just a matter of when. There's multiple. There's apparently multiple. Apparently there's a Wii game that I didn't even know about. That's the word on the street. So I got to find the Wii game and get it because I have a Wii. Well, shit. But this one came out in 2020. And if you know anything about the Goosebumps books at all, it's definitely nostalgia street. Yeah. Bama, welcome in. Definitely worth a look. Yeah. You're going to finish all that. I mean, I think this might be the last one. So yeah, the plan was to do this entire game today. Yep. They added a FNAF map. I saw that, but I'm not like, I've played DVD like 2 or 3 times in my life. I think. I don't know what I'm doing. I just run around like a chicken with my head cut off. But those 2 or 3 times were pretty... Listen, one of those was pretty damn good. Yeah, one of them was pretty good. Fun fishing for sure. Fishing? Wait, what? What were you doing? Bam, were you fishing? What happened? This Friday's still very up in the air for me, friends. I don't know if I'm streaming this Friday or not. This might be technically the last stream of the month. We will see. My son has a show on Friday, so I don't want to commit to saying yes to having a stream that night because I don't know how late it's going to go. So tonight might be the last stream of the month. Oh, finished last night. Tonight we were working on Pirate Legend Quests. Ooh, how'd it go? That's right. I forgot they had an update. All right, we're back. We do be back, though. Got more experience than you. Made it through the tutorial. I played a couple of times. One time I did actually pretty well, apparently. And I didn't know what I was doing. I just ran around. You have to unlive any Reapers? Ayo. Ayo. All right. We're back. Just found out there was a recent Ghostbusters game. Yeah, there was. There was. We played it. It was okay. It was fine. It just wasn't one that like held on to us is all. I have one of my Goosebumps books signed by R.L. Stine. Oh, that's pretty effing cool. That's cool. I think one of my greatest treasures is I have a a cell from Hey Arnold. Like an original cell from like 94 or something like that of Arnold. And the artist even drew a picture of Arnold for me and wrote my name on it. It's pretty cool. Definitely up there as one of the treasures. Tatted Bay below. All right. Well, what's our objective? Enter the Tesla Tower. Well, in we go. Sprint. Sprint.
Take a hint already. You can't beat me, Twist. I have the book now.
Slappy's a piece of... I have the book now.
Get the book and go to the basement. Keep it away from that dummy. I'll come get it after I've made my preparation.
Gotta go to the bathroom, excuse me.
You won't stop me this time, Twist.
I don't know why they like...
That book must be of great import.
He called me Twist at the beginning, and that's apparently my name now.
Behold, this case contains my greatest creation. But first, you must unlock...
Is that a ray gun? What do I have to do? Do I have to get the book? I have no objective. Oh, there we go. Unlock the Tesla gun. Okay. Red tube amplifier. Do I place it here?
You goop! The case is still locked.
Just called me a
Must
goop.
Investigate further.
Just called me a goop. Can I go across this? I can. Okay.
To supply power to the door's lock, push the small white tower closer to the door.
Ah. Guess you're goop now. Yeah, get gooped on.
Ah, this is where I began to truly understand the nature of energy and how it moves through the world.
Lazy, thank you for the freaking sub, dude. Okay. The music is a jam. I'll definitely give it that. So this guy, I wasn't able to take this, right? No. But this isn't even on. So that rotates. That also does a rotate. Okay. Is it this tower that I need to push now to give the others juice? Oh, it is.
Take note of the energy path on the floor. They can be overwhelmingly informative. Bully, you've unlocked the first of 3 locks.
I crossed the streams.
You mustn't forget to
Oh
pick
no!
up the tube amplifier for engineering.
I crossed the streams. Hold on. Okay. Ah, now that's unlocked. Okay, now we have the cyan one. Yeah, he called me a bully. After all this crap that this dude has done, he called me a bully. It's a lot of nerve. Does he go to one of the other doors? There's a purple one. That doesn't make any sense. Roadie! Oh, there it is. It's over there. Mr. Roadside. Thank you for the raid, friend. All right, so now we need to push the power over to here. Power stream, what'd you do? Hi, Amber. Stop it. Oh, Roadie, thank you for the 29 months, man. Oh, I literally am like holding on to this thing. Would you get... There we go. There we go. Play the other side. Ooh, how'd it go? I need to give that game more of a chance.
I see you've discovered the engineering bay. I fabricated many a device in this room. Those were the days.
Annihilators, kill the one called Twist on sight.
So apparently my name is Twist.
What a fascinating invention. I mean, what a terrible use of technology. You should break one apart to see how they work.
Thought you were Goop. I don't know. Can I pick one up? What if I walk up behind one? My new gnomes. Car! Oh my god, 64 months. Mr. Car, thank you, dude. Holy hell. Yeah, these are my new gnomes for sure. Where was there another bot? Dude, holy sh. Alright, we'll just push it this way first. Hey. Come on. Alright. So that's going there, which is in turn going to here. Oh, car, this has been so good so far. Holy hell. Whoa, 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 whoa. Keep going. Keep her going. Why? Interesting. Okay. Oh, wait. Oh, I see. That one. So that one can't do that, huh? Ooh, ooh, indeed. Okay. Oh, crap. Oh, crappy crap. No, you don't. Nailed it. Okay. So this one can accept them from both directions. So if I go like, we go back the other way. Right? So that one goes to that. I don't think... Oh, okay. Hold on.
You know, sometimes the best place to start is the destination.
That's actually a very fair point. If I literally work it backwards. But what does that even strike? Supply power to the cyan lock, right? Supply power to the cyan lock on the gun case. Okay, well, we know we have to do that. But I'm assuming we need to get to this. But that... Well, yeah, actually, that does make sense. It makes sense if I go like this. I think. Wait, does it? Yeah, that fires into that. So then I need one to come from this direction. Which would be... here. So then, if that's to go into there, I can't have it hit there. I need it to come from here, which then comes from here. Wait, am I doing this backwards? Hold on. That fires that way. I need that to fire that way. I need that to fire that way. Backwards. And then I need this to fire that way. But that won't work. I don't know if I do have it. That doesn't make sense, though. Unless this fires at that. Maybe that does hit it. Okay, maybe that does. It does. And this does not. There we go. Just that little tiny rotation.
Eureka! That's the second lock.
There we
Only
go.
one to go.
Purple tube. Nice. Now we go to the purple door.
I must apologize.
Just
for the
ignore me.
excessive
Listen.
Security. but Edison's goons mustn't steal my research.
Those damn goons. Yeah, Rhodey, this has been great. I learned that there was a newer, I say newer, this was like 2020 when this game came out. But as soon as I learned that that was even a thing, I was like, man, listen, I'm a nostalgia junkie. Like I am all aboard. Come on. Come on, you. No kidding, yeah.
This is my control room. The knowledge you've gained so far should help you gain access to the coil gun.
Yep. Yeet. All right, so same thing. We need to get rid of these robots. I mean, but that's kind of a sound. They kind of deserve it. Are you going to turn? You're going to keep going straight. Going to keep going straight? Okay. Got him. Spell it out, Morgan. All right. Where's the juice? Well, where does it need to go? Actually, I guess that's a better question. Where's our end goal here? We have a bunch of stuff for it to shoot to. Right? So it needs to power this. This needs to get powered somehow. So... that doesn't hit that, does it? Or does it hit it once I... hold on. Once I do this. Actually, I think it does. So if that guy hits that, so this one has to come from all the way down here. Okay. That would hit it for sure. I think it's pretty close. I'm out of breath. Which that's already lined up. So then this one goes there. This one, ooh, this is a twofer, so I assume that that's probably fine as is, right? So then it would probably be this guy here. Like the little out of breath icon, yeah. Oh no, it was fine. Shiitake, go back. All right. So then that gets hit by this one, which this one hits that one. This one gets lit by there. Wait, did I just do a circle? I just did a circle, didn't I? So I need something to enter this circle. Hold on. First things first. I sure frickin' did. So this goes here. 6 foot. Let's just see what it does already, right? Maybe we'll get lucky. Like that one is blasting this direction, which doesn't do any good. Hey, Cyber, how are you? I'm trying to make a... No, I'm just trying to do a ting. I don't think this was part of the thing. Thank you, April. Whoa, 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 whoa. Does me no good. Does me good. Okay. It's worth looking to see if it does anything. This was part of my circle though. What? No, it wasn't. Oh, it's like right there. Wait, what can even... Wait, if that doesn't hit it, what would? It's got to come from somewhere else then. That's not going to hit it. The only other place would be over here. But there's nothing here. That's confusing. All right, hold on. Give it another spin. No shot. No, it's too far over. It's way too far. You have it. I don't think I do. Do I? Look. We ball. Not this one. Leave this one alone. Is it this guy? Because that's blocked by that. What am I missing? 180, the single one? 180, not 90? Unblock it. Are you talking about this one or the other one? One more. Because the laser needs to come from here. The laser would have to come from here, which it can't. Look. One more on the destination and one more on the in-between. You're saying one more here and one more here. Oh, GG's.
My coil gun now.
Not even thinking about the fact that this one was blocking that one. That's what was throwing me off. I was thinking of it like here. And I'm like, dude, there's no way that can be there. Literally rotating at one. GG's. Good call. Good call. I was inside my head. I was in my head. Ooh. Oh.
Using this device, you can power whatever you like simply by aiming and shooting. Maybe you could open the gate next to you.
Ooh.
This is my mechanical room. It can be a bit of a maze. Keep your wits about you.
Okay. Get the book first. Okay.
Don't worry, they're actually quite sweet.
Build up enough energy in those things, and they're bound to pop.
Say, we're just not going to talk about the fact that there's walking gummy bears. We're just going to ignore that. Oh, I went for a twofer. Deuces. Is that all of them? I think it might be all of them. I'm not sure.
I left a few friends down there to play with you.
That smart little dummy. The Faraday cage is made of a superconducting material and is impervious to the coil gun. To retrieve the book, you'll need to raise the cage by restoring power to the system.
Okay. Okay. It said I need power up the 3 switches protecting the alpha henchman. Beta. Do I hear?
Egads! Pull yourself together.
Dude, what a bop.
Shocking.
Dude, what a song. Oh no, they just rebuilt. Not today, you don't, nerd. Oh my God, they do. Oh, okay.
I've seen lab rats get through mazes faster than you.
Shut your face, a-hole. We're vibing. Emily, thank you so much. Well, that's electric. Deuces.
That is one of the power sources required for the cage mechanism. Be on the lookout for the other two.
All right, we go find more. Copper! Welcome back, friend. We're just vibing. Hey, he just woke up. Oh, what happened? Oh, it's like I can't get to it once. Can I go to those guys? I don't know. Pardon me, coming through. Ya yeet. Oh shit. I need to follow the path. I need to follow the electricity. This is the way. This is the way. What are you staring at? Nerd? Well, wait. Hey, hey, hey! Back up! Oh, God. Oh, we angered them. No. Can I just get it quickly? I can't. Okay, I think we're fine. I think I need to I need to track it the other way. You big bouncy bitch. Yeah, I need to deactivate the other one. I need to backtrack it the other direction. I was going the wrong way. Ooh. Yeah, they have little angry faces. Yeah, they're pissed. Why is this like the gummy hangout? I'm gonna wait. Yeah, he's got little angry eyebrows. Now they're very angry. Excuse me, pardon me. Bitch. What was he doing in the corner? Why does that still have power? Why does it still have power? Or do I need to give the other ones power? I need to power all three. Oh, I'm thinking of it backwards. Gosh darn it. You have to power all three. I'm thinking of it the opposite way. Dum-dum sauce. Pre! I'll just follow this guy. He seems important. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention to the thing that says power up all three. Listen, I'm not in the mood. Goosebumps game, yes. Bam, boom, bam. Bam, boom, bam. Bam, boom, bam. All right. So there's this.
Move on already. Tardiness will not be tolerated.
You could shut your lip hole. All right. There's number 3. Hi. I'll be back. Pardon me. Come through. Pardon me. Pardon me. Come through. Oh, God. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Okay, we're fine. Shocking. Orange had it out for me. Orange was about to tear me apart. Skadoosh!
Spy has accomplished while you were dilly-dallying. Get back to the Faraday cage.
All right, I gotta stop dilly-dallying. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Yep. Where are you going, hot shot? Why are they so mad? Where can I buy the angry ones of these? I will just follow this, I guess.
Smoke him!
Get smoked on! I said get smoked on! Wait, I smoked him, now what? Get the book. Oh, but it's electrified though. Oh, it's here. Oh, there it is.
Don't you
I was
get
so
it,
confused.
Swift? I'm too strong for that book now. But my preparations are finally complete, so be a good little puppet and bring me my book.
Ah, preparations A through G have failed.
The technology of that book is foreign to me, but perhaps the coil gun will weaken that puppet spy.
Slappy is a jerk. He really is. Are these guys just stuck like this? Take the now powered elevator up to the next level. Ah, okay. I gotta go find the elevator. They just live there now? Yeah. Boing, boing, boing. Where was the elevator? Was it this way? Elevator.
Hurry! That elevator will take you to the top of the tower.
Take the final elevator to the top of the tower. All right.
Be careful. I wouldn't want you to fall down. No, wait. That's exactly what I want.
That's rude.
This is unacceptable.
There's a fly in my face.
The spy must have gotten his hands on my earthquake machine. Make him pay!
God, I'm out of juice. Oh my God.
You remember my friends from earlier, right? Be careful.
Oh shit.
Reckless flyers.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Why is it like I have no stamina? Please.
I can only imagine what other creations he has stolen.
Please go
The
faster.
thought camera.
Please go
Science
faster.
hates if he has acquired the death beam plans.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Am I okay here? Nope. Oh no! I was doing so good. Oh, that's so unfortunate. I think you're fine. Okay.
Be careful. I wouldn't
Oh,
want
shut
you to
up.
fall down.
Damn it.
No, wait. That's exactly what I want.
I wasn't paying attention. I was listening to him and I wasn't paying attention and I stopped moving. Whoops.
Be careful.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want you to fall down.
See, I almost forgot that I could move during this part.
That's exactly what I want.
This is unacceptable. The spy must have gotten his hands on
Work
my
our way
earthquake
around
machine.
again.
Make him pay!
Okay. Witch incoming?
You remember my friends from earlier, right? Be careful.
That's some bullshit. She was too far away? The gun shaking physics are crazy. How was she too far away?
Be careful. I wouldn't want you to
I just gotta wait till
fall
she's closer.
down.
That's okay.
No, wait.
Oh, wait.
That's
Oh,
exactly
oh.
what I want.
No, that's not what you want. Shut up.
This is unacceptable.
I just gotta shoot better.
The
Yeah.
spy must have gotten his hands on my earthquake machine. Make him pay!
You remember my friends from earlier.
Yes.
Right? Be careful. They've been known to be reckless flyers.
Yeah, she's rude. Yeah, the gun is going so ham right now, and I don't know why. I'm like waiting to sprint until I'm on one that's shaking. I don't know if that's the move or not.
I can only imagine what other creations he has stolen. The thought camera? Science, save us if he is.
I don't remember which way I went last time that got me got. Was it this way? Hold on. I think I went the other way last time. Sorry, I'm so nervous.
Edison's been trying to steal my work for years.
Oh my god.
The bloody hack comes
I got the
nowhere
trembles.
close to my brilliance.
Run. Sprint, 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 sprint. Okay. Leave me alone. Okay, we just keep going this way. Keep her going. Keep her going. Keep her going. Oh my god. If you mess up at all during any of that, you have to start it over.
Ah, coming up to say hi. What kind of friend would I be if I weren't ready to greet you? I see you brought the book.
I did.
How thoughtful. It's the last piece I needed. Now hand it over!
Pardon?
The technology he uses is shielding him, and my coil gun will be ineffective.
Shoot his magic?
Word! What are those flying orbs above you? Perhaps you can disrupt the shield by
What is
destroying
that?
them.
Oh, do I dodge those? Okay, no, I need... Please leave me alone. Please leave me alone.
You remember my friends from earlier, right?
Uh-huh.
Will you survive?
I don't know. Oh god, 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 oh god. Okay, we just gotta keep her going. Just gotta keep her going. Keep her going.
Ah, that makes me far more angry than anything else you've done.
Let me guess, the wolf?
You'll never outsmart me, Twist.
Oh god. Okay, keep her going. Keep her going. Give. That's a twofer. Get you, and you.
Time to die, Twist.
It's not very nice.
Fire in the hole.
Fire in the hole. Oh god. Oh, I can't shoot that. Does he have more magic? Okay, that does nothing. Interesting. Okay. Do I try to get you with the book? I can't shoot your magic anymore. Yeah, that does nothing to him. It's like I need to make him hit something. Shoot Slappy's magic with the Tesla gun. What magic? This? Oh, I do. Oh, I do shoot that. Okay. It just wasn't doing anything right away.
No, I refuse to go back.
No need to lose your head over it. What a great game. That was fantastic. It was fun. It was fun. There were legit parts of this. There were legit parts that made me jump because of things just... Anything that just jumps in my face will get me. It doesn't matter how happy the game is or anything. But if you are nostalgic in any way when it comes to Goosebumps stuff, this is 1,000,000% worth playing. This is 1,000,000% worth playing. This was so good. And it came out it came out like 5 years ago. Yeah. Thank you, Mayor. Oh, this was great. What a great little sidetrack. Love it. What a game. I would recommend this to anybody. Man, wonderful stuff. Good freaking stuff. All right. Well, with how much time is left, I was planning to play another game. I didn't realize how long that was going to take me. I guess 2, almost 3 hours. Like 2.5. So instead of jumping into like another random indie game, we're going to jump to Faz. I knew my plan for the night was going to be to focus on Goosebumps, and then once we finish that, then go to Faz. So here we are. All right.
Welcome back.
Let me change the category. It's hunting time. You just got off Faz. How'd it go? Wednesday ghosties. There we go. Okay, we're good. Everyone good? We're groovy. We're good. Hunt for some ghosts. Let's do it. Rock dude, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you for the subs and everything during the Goosebumps. I appreciate it. It's been a lot of fun throwing in random games here and there, just trying different stuff. There's a few more that I have in mind. It's just a matter of when we're going to do them. I guess we'll see what's happening over the next couple of days. Like I said, tonight might be the last stream of the month. I might be able to stream a little bit on Friday. I'm not making any promises right now because I don't know what's happening with the show time and how long it'll be. Play 3 random games with some friends. Oh, nice. Prison, Blood Moon, Willow. Hey, that's a win. How's May ending already? I know. Hi, Mr. Rafa. Oh, Mr. Rafa, you just missed some Goosebumps. Beat your first professional yesterday. It was very inactive Thay. Yikes. Maybe you aged it too much. Where are we at in total? Oh, I can switch to my scene now. There we go. We are at $25,230 raised for St. Jude. Yeah. Like I said, even if tonight is the last stream of the month, the St. Jude campaign, I'm not closing it until the month ends. Or like the last day. So I'll basically close it on the 31st, which is in 3 days. Yeah. Yeah, man. We did stuff and things. I know. Oh, no. All right. Well, let's start at a nice little Casual Edgefield for the night. Yeah. And go from there. Autumn. Good night, friend. Now I can turn my volume back up. Always in Faz. Faz, I always have my volume blasting just so I can hear the ghost better. Ellen Harris, Parabolic, Crucifix, and Emotions. Sensors. What's the 30 reward? I don't know. I've thought of so many milestones in the midst of us getting to here. If anyone has suggestions, I'm all ears. Good old emotion sensors. That's right. Nothing but failed emotions here. No music box. No cards. Hello, Bobby. How old are you? Where's the bone? Goodbye. All right. I'm sorry. Shit. They were not happy with me asking that question. Damn. I'm gonna leave this here. Take these in there. Hey, Null, welcome back. Why is it so mad? Oh, there's the bone right there. Figured I'd ask it, save us some time. I'll put this one here. Orbeez. We have EMF 5, which I got from the board, which is wonderful. Off to bed. Good night, Juju. Nothing. Is a Thay possible? I don't even remember what age I got. The EMF 5 and everything threw me off. Now I don't even remember. You. 48. Thank you. I had no idea you could get EMF from the board. Yeah, they're interactions. You can take pictures of every question you ask. Where are you? No, you're taken right here. You're not taking any wheeze. Let's do this. And why are you in there throwing stuff? There. Get more. Wait, I'll need more. Wait, I'm on Nightmare. We have this and we have this. Spirit Wraith twins. Okay. Ooh, possible. I was gonna say possible twin, but I don't know. Let's get the salt in there and we'll find out. It's going well, soccer. It is going well, friend. Dude, relax. Power? Yes. We played Goosebumps to start the stream. There is a Goosebumps game that came out in 2020. And now with the remaining time for the stream, figured we do some Phasma. Let's go get motion sensors. I have a feeling this might be a Wraith. Sensor time, yeah. Yeah, I think so. Should be a little, yeah, it should be pretty easy to dwindle down. I agree. Shouldn't be too bad. We could just make it hunt, I would know. HR checking stuff? Yeah, a little bit. Do a nice little salt motion sensor check. Yes? Wait, where's my photo camera? There it is. Motor jam. Got it. So if either of those motion sensors go off, it's a Wraith. If it doesn't touch the salt. Hey! Don't fart on me, sicko. Oh, yeah, we know it's not. It's a Spirit Wraith or twins. And becoming awfully suspicious of a Wraith. But the problem is that it's not walking past anything right now. Ghost had too many tacos. Ghosty, where are you? Baby Marie, hello. How are you? How was your stream? Hello? Ellen Harris. Ellen. Ellen. Would you like leave one of these rooms, please? You little shit. All right, now set that off. Come on. There you go. It's a Wraith. All right. Good talking to you. Damn kids. Now it makes sense why he keeps slapping the piano. Sounds like my kids. All right. Well, I guess, I mean, if I want to do photos, I guess I could do some firelights. I guess that'd probably be fine. But we'll take some sanity first because we don't want to get got. Well, that answers that. And yes, I have a lighter. Shut up. He crawled under the sensor. Played some limbo. All right. There you go. Here, give you a couple of these. You have fun. Ellen Harris. Firelight blowout. 3, 2, 1, go. 3, 2, 1, go. Picture of the board. Yeah, for sure. We absolutely can. I mean, if I wanted to, I could really just start spamming like age questions or something. There we go. There we go. There we go. Look at you. I need a hero. All right, do it again. Do it again. It's a rate, so we can't get salt photos. So this is just a really nice way of doing it. Twitch community is so overwhelmingly supportive. Great. Oh, yeah, it's amazing. Baby Marie, you will, as you start streaming more, you will find your groove and you will find people to hang out with in your streams that will just, it'll change your mentality entirely. But in a good way, in a very good way. Thank you for the follow. How many more do I need? 2? 3. All right. Hey, do more, please. Wraith, yeah. What if I do, hold on. What if I do this? What if I go over here like this? I don't know if I've ever actually gotten a Wraith teleportation photo before. Basically what you do is when the EMF goes off for the teleport, you take a photo of your feet. I don't know if I've ever actually tried. Come on, teleport. Do it. F them shoes. Oh yeah. F them shoes. F them shoes. Okay, now do it. Feet pics. In this economy, here, I'll put a shoe here. There. Teleport on the shoe. No, I don't want anything. I want literally nothing in the photo. If it decides to do it. Go there. Let's try. Honor us, hello. I got the Goryo dot photo a few times. I never get the opportunity. Never. I just never get it. Tips for Apocalypse 3. I always tell people to watch Nuka Dave. Literally, I that sounds like I'm like passing the buck, but it's in a good way. Dave does a lot of high tier runs, like Apocalypse runs. He does them all the time. So he's really great for asking for advice for that. No, it's not going to do it now. I heard you. Come on, Wraith teleport photo in 3, 2, 1. Try again. Wraith teleport photo in 3, 2, 1. Maybe you're upset that I'm treating you like a rocket ship. And 1, 2, 3. I want to try APOC, but the slowness would drive me mental. It's rough. It's hard stuff, but it's not meant to be easy. I'm about to give up. I don't want to sit here for 15 years trying to do this. Maybe it can't count. Okay. Do it now. Whatever. Copper, have a wonderful night, friend. I'm over it. If it would have done it immediately, that'd been cool, but I'm not going to sit here for an hour trying to do that. No shot. Crucifix and a parabolic. Okay. The 48-year-old child can't count. Well, I can't help with that, can I? Can I? Heyo. Surfa, hello. All right, I need parabolic. We have you, but I also need a crucifix, so we need to lower our sanity. How low I need my sanity to go? I don't know. Do we have them shoes? Of course. The shoes have been effed eons ago. I mean, that should be close enough. Let's bring the board over to that. Once I get the parabolic, we'll start asking questions. And then, with us being so close to it, we should be in good shape. Working graveyard shift right now. When I get the chance to watch, I'll be here. I appreciate you. Well, I hope that A, it's not getting you in trouble, but B, it can be some form of entertainment while you're working. I always like when I have the opportunity to watch streams while I'm working, I do. Yes. We need a whisper. Oh, you son of a bitch. Wait. Yeah, it just teleported over here. I think it did. Sack of trash. How dare you? No feed pics? I gave up on feed pics. I just wanted to talk now. Carelessly whisper to me. Oh, did it move the ball? Oh, that would explain it. Ghosty, do the things, please. No Jin, no. No, we have EMF 5 and Spirit Box, so it can't be a Jin anyway. It's walked past this motion sensor a ton of times and hasn't walked on the assault. Wow. That's rude. I needed to talk on a parabolic microphone. That's not doing it. Ew, a fart. That's right. The whole sack of trash. You heard me. I'll say it twice. There we go. Thank you. Love you. Kisses. I fear the ghost doesn't like you. Okay, now it teleported on me. Wow. You know what? I'll ask myself. Wait. There we go. All right, let's ask the tough questions. Do you like me? I would beg to differ. I think it does like me. It said yes. You're not lying, are you? Are you lying? Are you telling the truth? Yeah, that seems like a yes to me. It got the power. Passive aggressive. Getting mixed signals. Why are you here? That's not ominous at all, dude. Literally spelling out revenge on the Ouija board. Is it smashing the piano? Are you mad at me? Jesus Christ. Okay. All right. How many people have you killed? How many people are in this room? Well, that's not going to do the Ouija board now, is it? I mean, that's not going to do the crucifix now, is it? It was trying to make it 3. Little shit. Said 2 for now. Yeah, rates are normal speed, Zenny. Do you do fancy camera things at... Wait, you do fancy camera things at work, right? Do you have a fancy camera for your streams as well? I have a mirrorless Sony A5100. I got it off eBay when I first switched from a webcam. Oh, you try. You burst the lights. You suck. All right, now my sanity's low, so now is your chance, sir, ma'am, to ghost jerk. Yeah, I have a Sony A5100 with a Sigma 16mm 1.4 lens. Yeah. Why am I staying even though I know what the ghost is? Objectives. Objectives. I'm Sigma. Your mom's Sigma. Yeah, you can tell her that too. Flash said you're Sigma, mom. What's for lunch? Spicy toddler. Yeah. Objectives. Ghosty, photos, bones, all that jazz. We're out of here. That's right. Yo mama. That's right. Rafe. This is perfect timing too, because ads are about to hit. Guys, I have 3 minutes of ads. I'm gonna go ahead and run them.
Welcome back. I've got some jobs ready for you.
Wraith. Little Wraith. Nice game. Cheese and cheese. All right. Ads are running. They do be running. Zanny, thank you for the follow, man. It doesn't feel like Wednesday. It feels like later in the week, which is not good because there's still work days, you know? That part's not good. Because of the holiday weekend? Yeah, probably. Can you do, Mayor, can you do, or Phoenix, or whoever, I guess it really doesn't matter who. Can you do exclamation point, is it sub goal? I think that one should have the actual sub count. You Premiere Pro, man? Yeah, we use Adobe at my job. We are Adobe peeps. I don't want them. Wait, you don't want what? I'm confuzzlement. Why are the messages not showing up there? Oh, okay. So, all right. We did hit the monthly. We did reach it. All right. Well, we have another viewer day next month. Yeah. Yeah, what's up, Q? Day's going well. How's yours? Why are some of those messages not coming over here? Because you break out? No, I do not. I almost slammed my fist on my table. For dramatic effect. No, I don't. And then the stream just shuts off. No, I've never been one to not be able to control my emotions. That's not me. Twitch chat likes to disconnect on me. It's weird. It is really, really strange. I don't know why it's like that sometimes, you know? Adobe seems to be the standard for most digital media. Well, the problem is that Adobe nickels and dimes everybody. That's the issue. I love the software. I just hate what they do sometimes. Got a degree in digital art. The main programs we use all Adobe. Yep. Illustrator, Photoshop. Fair. Very fair. Yeah, I've been using Premiere Pro almost 10 years now, probably ish. Maybe like 9 or 10. Yeah. I love using it when it's working. It's great. But if I'm on a computer that's not that great, which I was for a while, then it really sucked. I like DaVinci for personal stuff. Yeah, I mean, the nice thing about DaVinci is it's free. So if you're not interested in playing and paying some monthly subscription fee or anything like that, DaVinci is where it's at. All the art belongs to them. Oh yeah, well that's what Twitter did. Twitter made it so when you agree to their policy that any art that you uploaded to Twitter, you allowed them to use that to train their AI. That's why so many people left. Your dad's a videographer? Nice. Very nice. Love some DaVincis? Hey, whatever works for you, man. Whatever software works for you, use it. Especially if you're trying to get into editing or any content or anything like that. That's why I don't post personal art on Twitter, and you shouldn't. I would very highly suggest you don't. Ba-da-ba-ba. Ba-ba. Go. Want to go into graphic design as a job and Photoshop Illustrator so expensive. Yeah, very fair. Very fair. What level am I now? 71. Did I log anything? No. Negative. Okay. Tend to use GIMP for image editing. Yeah, there you go. I mean, it's basically the same stuff. There's really not much of a difference. The moment that I woke up and noticed the name was changed. Worst rebrand in history. The absolute worst rebrand in history. All right, let's go to Sunny Meadows Restricted. Because life. Yes, I'm very well aware, Motivator. Yeah, we were ending the night with Phasmo. I wasn't about to go and change my thumbnail and all that stuff on YouTube just because we're playing a couple of games of Phas. Yeah. It is any. Yeah. Yeah. But thank you for the reminder that this is not Goosebumps. I was very not sure what we were doing, but now I'm aware. I don't think you're going to find life. You don't know that. Sarah Jackson, EMF, Incense, Crucifix. And it's foggy. What wing do we have? Any orbicals? No? Sad. Ah, crap. It's the hospital wing. Ah, crap. Well, if you scroll back, Motivator, you can see that we already played it. We already played the entire thing. Yeah, it's already finished. I don't want you, actually. I want you. Yeah, that'll do. It was great. Oh, man. The Goosebumps game was wonderful. It's a very awesome, nostalgic piece of software. It's a really fun game, especially if you've never played Goosebumps. I mean, it still is fun, but it might not be as good. But I enjoyed it a lot. If I could find a cute little frog hopping down a hallway, that'd be really fun. Wait, what? Cute little frog. Crusade! Thank you for the pro. Oh, get out of town. That's a risk and a half, though. Do I just go for it? Risk my life? Where are you? Are you about to tell me hallway? Basement storage? Goodbye. Is that little side room? Hold on. Is basement? Okay, I can't see the board for shit. Yeah, basement storage. Isn't that like there? Wait, there. Is that 52? No, maybe not. Basement storage, 53. Yeah, it is. Okay, it is. I was right. Now, I did ask the ghost where it was. Sounds pretty normal. Imagine if I got a banshee scream or some shit. No way. That is not, I did not just hear what I just heard. Right? I have to go for it. Did I just hear a Yuri slam at the end of a hunt? For science.
Welcome back. I've prepared some jobs for you.
What the hell? Well, I wasn't expecting that. How long was that? 3 minutes and 52 seconds, and the ghost used its ability. Wow. I'll take it. Man, wasn't expecting that. I don't know if I would have heard it without the parabolic. I don't know if I would have heard it. Holy shit. Awesome sauce. Damn, dude. All right. Next. Let's go to Camp Woodwind. Oh, I need to upgrade. Oh, parabolic. I forgot. I now have the tier 3. Thank God. The difference between the parabolics, the tier 1, where is it? So the tier 1 parabolic has a 20 meter range. Tier 2 and tier 3 have a 30 meter range, but tier 3, you can hear the floor above and below. That's what makes tier 3 so nice, and that's why it's worth upgrading for sure. But Woodwind doesn't matter because it's all the same floor, but still. All right, let's go to Camp Woodwind. Oh, we'll definitely survive there.
All right, we're here. Take a look at the
Okay.
equipment and prepare accordingly before starting the...
I haven't had Blood Rain at Woodwind in quite a long time, so I wasn't too sure what I was about to run into.
Looks like this is going to be a tough one. We've had reports of violence, and it looks like they left in a hurry.
Somewhat new. Could you tell because of the door slam? I could tell because it was a very specific type of door slam. So instead of just the door shut slam sound, you heard the door shut, but then you heard a follow-up like slam like 2 seconds later. That's how we knew it was a Ure, because the Ure is the one that does that. Yeah. All right, no orbicals. Let's ride. We have Jack Alexander, repel, capture a photo, and event. Repel, capture photo, event. No sanity, no evidence. I mean, maybe. The thing that I don't want to do is I don't want to do no sanity, no evidence all the time, because I think it's really important to be able to show people how to use equipment. And if you're doing no sanity, if you're doing no evidence a lot, guess what you're never going to use? That, this, never. Because you have zero reason to use it. It's literally useless. So I like doing Nightmare a lot, especially because I can show the equipment. Yeah. Do I like doing no sanity, no evidence sometimes? Absolutely. Oh, yeah. Sprinkle that in for sure. Alrighty. Off to the races. Oh, my God. We have a really awful hiding spot, which is the death barrels, but we have a really nice hiding spot, which is there. Those tubs are good. I love those tubs. Miss Squeeze Me, what'd you just throw? It was one of these, right? Oh, boner. All right, it's near here, but I don't know if that's technically the room because it's cold everywhere. So we'll go get more stuff. We know roughly where the ghost is. Cooler place to hide. Yes, it is. Video cam, dots, book, video. Oh, I thought I heard my wife. No Orbeez. Doesn't look like it. Hey, Rami, how are you? All right. Let's check the temps one more time. I was going to say, please be colder here. Yes. Okay. Ghost room is here. Thank God. Oh, that's dumb. Why can't I place it on the side? Okay, I can. There we go. And we'll put this right there. Lovely. Gorgeous. Power's off again. That's okay. You just mark off Jen. It's fine. Slenders? I did not see him. I don't think we have a Slendy. All right. Dots, book, grab UV, grab this. Grab one of those, one of these. Watch this for a second, see if we get some dots. You never know. Do. The camp is powerless? No, it's not. No, it's not. It has many powers. It has all the powers. It has many all. Hey, what's up, LJ? It's throwing stuff over there, but it's not giving us things. Why is it so angry? It's 5:52 in the morning for you? Holy. Trust me, I'll be sleeping soon too. I've just been getting awful sleep for the last like week. I don't know what it is. I don't know why. For the day I'm pretty good, but still. If I got more sleep, I know it'd be even better. All right. Walk. Give me footsies. Let's go. Where are you? Where are you? Are you near? Where are you? Dude, why is it so mad? Owner. Any footsies? Negative on the footsies. Okay. Oh, I was to say it touched a temp flap, but that doesn't matter. Almost freezing. Same kind of thing. Tired, not tired enough to get... Yeah, that's basically what it is for me too. Part of my issue is a me problem. It's because I stay up late working on things, and then I scroll, and then I work on more stuff, and then I scroll. It's a very awful pattern to be in, but it's just one that I've been stuck in for a long time. No. Well, no, it could be a UV ghost. Just because I'm on Nightmare and I didn't see UV there doesn't mean it's not a UV ghost. So it could be the hidden evidence of the ghosty. We don't know, but we know that it can't be that because it walked. Trust Card, how are you? Welcome in. Oh, it's turning on the burner. Do I need to take another one of these? I don't know if I do. You know what? Yeah, we'll give it a try. It is pretty throwy, but I don't know if it's throwy enough to be a pulty. We'll find out soon enough. There's a lot of crap over here that it could pulty pile. A lot of crap. Walking more. Do I want to be this way or this way? I want to go this way. Let's go this way. What's better to find the ghost room, thermometer or EMF? Situational. It depends on your situation. How long have you had the power on? Wow, do you have a lot of rooms to check? Honestly, both of them are really good and really important, in my opinion. But one good way of doing it is to get the power on. Start of the game. I know, but it's like what map are you on? All right, 2.3 is the lowest. Freezing. I didn't see orbs. We'll say no to that. Moroi, Onryo, twins. Oh, well, I did take pills. I was gonna say my sanity's... Oh, never mind. You almost always use thermo. I go back and forth. Yeah, if you're playing Tanglewood and if you're playing Tanglewood and it's the start of the game and you're trying to figure out what to take, I almost always go flashlight, EMF, thermo. I like having both of them on me because as I'm walking around, if I hear something, I can check with the EMF. If I'm hearing nothing, I have the thermometer on me and then I can start checking temperatures. But one thing to remember, though, is if you're going into a map and it's like professional, the power's not on. So one good thing to do is get the power on. Once the power's been on for like a minute, then start checking your temperatures. Because then the rest of the house will have warmed up and the ghost room will be colder. So checking for temps right away might not be beneficial, but it could be because you might get a situation where it is colder. Yeah. But It just depends. That's why I was saying situational, because sometimes you'll get ghosts that won't do shit. And what are you supposed to do? If it's not doing anything, you can't check with an EMF. So a couple things you could do if the ghost is doing literally nothing is checking for temperatures, or what you could do is take in motion sensors. If you take in motion sensors and start going around the map, you'll find the ghost. It's just a matter of where it is. So if you take two of these guys, if you take two of them, and as you go in, you go to a room, you put one at the door, and then you put one in the middle of the room. Give it a minute, right? Give it a minute. Let it try. Ghosty's still not doing anything? Cool. Go to the next room. Try the next room. And if you're worried about your sanity, turn the light on while you're doing it too, because the ghost might not be able to throw things in the room when it's in a lit room, but it will still roam. It will still walk around. I've gone a whole round not finding the room before solo. Yeah. Yeah. So there's definitely good practices for finding the room, finding the ghost, tracking the ghost. Yeah. All right. Moroi, Onryo, twins. Well, guess what I'm going to do? We're going to eliminate Onryo. So I'm going to go take more sanity right now, and then we're going to light some candles. Yeah. Do that guy. Definitely want to have one of these on me. We'll take... I don't need the flashlight. We'll take two. The Onryo. Nothing says anything. Like, this ghost doesn't say twins to me. It doesn't say Moroi. No. I'm on Nightmare. Luckily, Ghosty is somewhere where I can actually light the freaking candles. All right, let's go, hot shot. This, put that there, put that there. There we go. There we go. AK, how are you? Taking the ghost on a date? Damn right. Look at all the goods I brought it. I brought it all the good stuff. Brought it beer, pots and pans and cooler packs. All the good stuff. Beans and soup. There's one. Oh no. Wait. I already forget. Will the campfire count as a fire for the Onryo? I forget the change. I'm pretty sure there was a change to that not too long ago. Or the last time they were messing with the Onryo and stuff. I don't remember. Isn't it only with the firelights that you bring in? No, it can't be, because I had no. Because I had an Onryo blow out all those candles inside of Sunny Meadows and it hunted the shit out of me. Lions, tigers, and bears. Oh my. Fancy dinner? Yeah. Oh, there's two. Here. I brought you some baked beans. Oh, that might not count. Oh, it did. Might as well get a blanket too. Okay, listen. Don't pick on me and my ghosty, okay? I don't... I'll light another one. I don't think it's gonna work. I'm not sure. Hey, Critter, what's up? How are you? Oh, I appreciate you, friend. Yeah, and today was today's a different day. Like, I started today playing a very random game of Goosebumps. I guess it's just that it can't light the firelights already in the building, but if you light it, or it's pre-lit, it's fair game. So if that's the case, I wonder if I am canceling my Onryo chances out right now with that guy there. I might be. What is my cursed possession? I think I might be. Is it Frank? No. Monkey Paw? No. I didn't see the Ouija board. I didn't really look for it either. I just don't remember the change. That's all. Okay, no cards. Goody, 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 goody. If it blew out the fire, I think I could test it appropriately, but I don't think I can right now. Yeah, the hunt's gonna really suck too because excuse me. Because I can't hear shit. But I think what I want to do is I don't want to accidentally break the box early and then my sanity is normal. Because if that's the case, the Moroi is going to sound like a normal ghost and that's going to screw me. I right now want to drain my sanity as much as I possibly can. I'm just, yeah, whatever. I'm worried about getting the ghost correct than anything else. Memory's terrible. Samesies. All right. Oh, what the fuck? What the f... Damn it. It was too late. I couldn't tell if that smudge, I couldn't tell if the first smudge lasted longer. So, am I losing it? Or did the ghost eat this crucifix and then all of a sudden it was over there? It ate this crucifix and then it like came from behind me. I'm wondering, did it event? And when it evented near me and immediately caused it to walk to the box? Is that what happened? I think that's what happened. Had one do that last night. What the fuck? Thank you for the follows, by the way, guys. Crispy, Michael, welcome in. What's up, Ashley? What the? I want to be near you. Well, I don't want to be near them. They can F right off. Oh, I got all the objectives though. Ayo. Ayo. Good grief. All right. Well, I'm still not even 100% on what the ghost is right now. Not a bug. It's a feature. All right. Oh, I do have another smudge. Let's go. That's a Moroi. Do you hear how it's faster? I think. Oh, or is that a fast twin? Oh. I forgot the twins were in the running. Oh. Wait a minute. Oh, God. I think it was all the beans. Okay. What we need is we need the ghost to be slower. We need it to be slower than what it just was. If it's slower, then it's twins. But I wonder if that's what happened instead. He needs some milk. Or faster. No. What if it spawns on top of me? That's going to be really sad. Would a Moroi be faster if you're cursed? If I'm cursed, it's going to drain my sanity faster. Okay. But here was the next realization I had when I realized that I possibly have twins. That... Well, no, I don't even know if that makes sense. It tried to hunt over there near the crucifix, and then it was over here, the actual ghost. Oh yeah, that's not twins, that's a Moroi. That's way too fast, man. Way too fast. I thought I heard an extra smudge timer. Like, I thought that I heard an extended smudge timer, and we did. Dude's got wheels. Fucking thunder. Is it done? Yeah. Yeah. Moroi. Gotta go fast. Oh, my Lanta. Do I care enough? I mean, at this point, I guess I could try, yeah? Gotta get your photos. If I don't die first. It's over here a lot. Alright. Where did I put... Okay, Ghosty's here. Where's my other crucifix? Didn't I have one over here? Didn't I? Where'd it go? Hello? Oh, there it is. Found it. All right, now where's the camera? Mom! Take a selfie? Yeah, if only you could. If only that was actually a thing. All right, well, hopefully we live, yeah? I think I already... Yeah, okay. All right, I need you to walk in these now, please. 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 Oh, ghost fired inbound. Stop leaving your things. I'm a mess. I'm a mess. Had too many of them beans. Stop being so messy. No, this is my life. Listen, I've become a much better IRL person when it comes to messes and crapping all over the place. I've been a lot better than that. So I think in the game I can be as messy as I want. I think so. How's it going? You son of a... Light it. I'm gonna... You son of a bitch. I was about to say, I'm gonna go to light this. You're gonna eat the crucifix. You turd. Interaction. Nailed it. Burned it. Nailed it. I need 2 more. Nailed it. Soiled it. There we go. Not I, said the Mel. Lies. How was your game earlier, friend? I was lurking you when I had the chance. I was lurking. I was working lurking. I was working lurking. I was busy in the edits, but I did see you playing a game where you were eating people as a shark. All right. Got it. Got it. Got it. Nailed it. Perfect. Moroi, get out. Work it. Make it. Play it again next week. Hell yeah. That was definitely a Moroi. Well, I'll have to check it out. What was it called? Maneater?
Welcome back. There's some jobs ready.
Frickin' Moroi. Fights with alligators. Damn. Damn. Hot damn. Came out like 4 or 5 years ago. I played Goosebumps today. That came out like almost 5 years ago. That was awesome. That one song? Yeah, except you're a shark. Yeah. There we go. Perfect. Perfect camp. Love it. All right. Don't like to chat on mobile because it's always screwed up. Mobile is always screwed up. For me, I don't know. When it does screw up, I can usually like scroll off the app and then come back, and then it's fine. But it just depends. Yeah. How's Goosebumps? It was great. If you care about Goosebumps in any way, it's awesome. I would highly recommend. Yeah. Go to bed, Slime. Thank you so much, dude. All right, YouTubes, I'm going to end it over there, friends, so we can go find someone on Twitch. It is past midnight for me, and I've been sleeping like crap. I need to fix it. So I appreciate you, friends. Let's go find someone. If you're not in my Discord, by the way, the Discord link is in chat, and so are the socials, friends. Constantly clears the chat for me, and I have a hard time. Yeah, it does for me, too. Well, for me, what it does is it'll, like, freeze. It will legit, like, freeze. Oh, I called you Slime. I'm sorry. I've got goosebumps on the brain. I'm so sorry. You're going to cry? That's okay. You can cry. It's good to cry every now and then. Blue Devil, thank you. That's how new names happen. Yeah. Well, listen, I mean, I was surrounded by doors covered in slime. Oh, man. No, thank you, guys. We'll go find someone to raid, though. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. I told you guys earlier, I will keep you posted. I'm still not sure about Friday. As of right now, just pretend that I'm not going to be streaming because of my kiddo's show. We'll more than likely get out of there late. So if I do stream, it would probably be a short one. But if I don't, I don't. Word. I'm not exactly sure how late. It's going to go. Let me check my schedule. Actually, maybe I can have a good idea. It starts at like 7. It'll probably go till at least 8:30. Yeah, if I do stream, it would just be me starting late. That's all. Yeah. Family always comes first. Always and forever. Amethyst, hello. How's Mrs. Flash doing? She is doing really well. Actually, it was funny is that she's going to now be my daughter's teacher because my wife is the second grade. She's a magnet teacher at her school. And she taught both of our boys, and now she'll get to teach our daughter. So tonight was magnet night where we had to go and listen to the spiel and all that stuff, but she was the one given the spiel. So she had as much energy as ever. She definitely either is really good at faking it or is doing really well. But now she's doing great. Yeah. She's one hell of a human, man. She's one hell of a human. I think, you realize when you married up, you just realize it and you just accept it. Oh, let's see. I do owe you guys a Shrek stream, by the way. I don't know when that's going to happen, but I remember. So I promise it will happen. I just have to pick a day. Char. Hello, friend. Let's see. Shar, how are you doing? Hey, how are you? Actually, you know what? You're very late. No, that's okay. That is okay. I am grateful that you stopped by to say hi. I appreciate it. Doing good? Hell yeah. We're doing good too. We're also doing good. I don't know. It's been interesting the past couple weeks. I think there's been a lot of battle back and forth, especially when it comes to like content and things like that about what I want to do. I know other people have been dealing with it too. Just what I want to do, what direction I want to like go. And I'm not saying I'm changing things. It's, when I say direction, I mean like adding more games and trying different things. And I'm really, really glad that that's happening. Imagine doing good. Imagine. But I'm glad it's happening because if anything, when we do come back and play Faz, it makes it feel fresh, especially when there's nothing happening right now. So trying out all this different stuff it's fun. Opportunity to branch out. Yeah. I want to try Among the Whispers. I still want to try that. I almost, what I was going to originally do, but I didn't know about Friday. I was almost going to do a part Faz, part Among the Whispers stream so I could give it a try. But it just depends if I stream on Friday. Some of us are riding the struggle bus every day. I'm so, I feel you, friend. I may have convinced Chiba to do an old grade cosplay in the future. Oh my God. Yes, please. I think he would do such a great job. I literally watched about 5 of the videos today on YouTube. Oh, Amanda, I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much, friend. I appreciate it. You know, there's stuff and things that I want to try with the YouTubes, especially. I don't know if I'll ever get to it. Really, it's again, it's that balancing game of being able to juggle what you're capable of doing, but also you want to strive for the things you want to do, not just only what you're capable, but more. And I think that's where I am right now, where it's like, there's certain things I want to try, but it's a matter of how much time there is in the day. And I definitely do not have unlimited amounts of said time. And I wish I did. If I did, we could do some crazy stuff. Oh, you're our driver? Bye-bye, driver. Bye-bye. Caffeine. Hello. How was your stream? Hello. You can be our driver. That sounds good to me. That sounds great. Okay, friends, it is time to raid. You already basically don't sleep. Just stop altogether. No, I need my couple of hours. My couple of hours mean something. Okay? They mean a thing. I don't want to lose them yet. I'm not ready. All right. Followers, that's for you. Subs, that's for you. My little tier 3s, that's for you. You're so creepy. We love you. Mr. Rafa, I appreciate you, friend. As always. Oh, I love sleep too, man. Oh boy, do I. Oh boy, do I. Again, I'm not a morning person, but I guess I've been better about it recently. When I wake up, I go downstairs, I make a glass of water, put electrolytes in it, and immediately chug it, and then start going through the rest of my stuff. And I think it's actually helped. I really do, because in the mornings, I don't feel as groggy. Biggest night out. I know, me too. We're up till 1, 2 in the morning, whatever, doing crap, sometimes 3, just depending on what I'm doing. Yeah. You too? Yeah. Sleep, what is that? Kill doesn't know what it is. We know that for sure. All right, we are going. Speaking of Among the Whispers, we're going to go say hi to our friend Hattie. I haven't had a chance to raid Hattie in a little while. She is about to play Among the Whispers. She's about to do it. So, never heard of this sleep you speak of. Hattie, yes. Hattie's wonderful. Hattie's another amazing member of Midnight Society. Hattie is full of all the good vibes. They play lots of different horror stuff, and they are about to play the newish game Among the Whispers, which is a ghost investigation game. It's not like meant to be super jump scary. It's meant to be very atmospheric and meant to mimic if you were to do an actual ghost investigation, I believe. So I've only watched a little bit. I've kind of like only watched so much because I don't want to spoil it for myself. But I've heard good stuff though. I've heard good things. So between that, the other games that we want to try, we want to Duck Season, which is like a horror take on Duck Hunt. There's Midnight. What is it? Crap, I already forget the one about the Game Boy in the back seat. I forget. I don't know. We'll get into the things. But if you guys ever have suggestions for games, always put them in the Discord, friends. I've been really getting into playing more games, trying different stuff. If I don't stream again until next month, y'all are freaking amazing. We met our goal, which is amazeballs. I love you all. Thank you guys so much. I will see you next stream.